sights on a brand new beginning. A steady rhythm will hold me to the shore. I've got my sights on a brand new beginning. A steady rhythm will hold me to the shore.
show and we'll fly. You don't have to feel like you're on your own. No one should have to dance alone not tonight. You and me, we're gonna write a little history. You and me, just show me love and then you'll see. Memories that we make, they are never gonna fade for a lifetime. We don't give no shade if you wanna hide away. We just have to try to play second drills up in the memory bank. I've been looking for somebody to make memories in the bank forever in time. There's no reason to be hard to find, 'cause we've already lost our mind. You and me, we're gonna write a little history. You and me, just show me love and then you'll see. Memories that we make, they are never gonna fade for a lifetime.
Hello everyone, I'm here now. So
Jack caught up.
He caught up. Woo! Jack! Let's
right,
go.
so good evening everyone on the on the CIS
On both
server.
streams.
Good
You talk to
afternoon.
both people.
Yeah, good afternoon everyone on the EU server, and good midnight if that's a possible phrase or not, on the Asia server, and good morning to everyone on the NA server. We are here, Blitz CIS Cup, arguably the best server of the entire game. So we're going to be expecting some amazing games tonight. Are we? Every.
Let's not throw out too many big words before the matches have even started yet.
It's the biggest server. I'm not sure if you should say the best server, because they all have their
Yeah.
merits.
That is very accurate. Yeah, very much by no stretch of the imagination the biggest. And yeah, just fun games, fun times, right?
Obviously, yes. So
Did we lose Fujit?
No, I'm still here. I was about to say all servers are equally good, and they're all equally competitive. But
And all equally
Yeah.
horrible and toxic as well.
yeah, but the
that all of it?
RUCIS server does bring out some interesting gameplay, strat-wise, and some interesting meta. Yes, they do.
Yes.
okay.
I do remember last year. That was fun.
Yeah.
Mm.
For those of you who have no idea what Blitz Cup is all about, so quickly, just a quick.
Before you do that,
Overview.
shouldn't we say who does what today? That might be a good idea as well. Why we have 2 more people here.
But it's nice. It's also.
I think you also need to tell people how to get their paws onto their rewards.
Jack can do that. One thing at a time. So me and Jack are commentating. That's what we're here for. That's what we do. And we have Aminet and Fujit to analyze the matches afterwards.
Yes.
Jack, take it away for the portal. Let's go.
Yes, so not the portal yet, but let's talk about the Blitz Cup format. If you don't know what you're watching, so it's going to be a double elimination format. The team which loses 2 games are eliminated from the tournament, and all games are going to be played in a best-of-7 grand final, best-of-9. The maps for upper and lower bracket first round are predetermined, which is today. Tomorrow's games, those maps are going to be pegged under the peg or ban system, and you will know more about that tomorrow. These are the maps. First of all, we have Canal, Mine Ruins, Name Frontier, and Yukon. Upper bracket first round, lower bracket first round, we have Port Bay, Black Goville, Alpenstadt, and Winter Minorca. And we are at the final stages of the entire season. The prize pool for each region is it's $50,000. So the 4th place already earns more money than the 1st place in the previous 3 seasons. So that's lots of money to take home this season. And this is the schedule. We'll first start with the upper bracket first round, Gucci Gang Team versus PinkTeam in around 11 minutes, and then upper bracket first round, 7 Star versus Ganteli, an hour and 10 minutes later, and another hour and 10 minutes later, lower bracket first round. So,
we're in it for the long run.
Yes, Fujit. Why not you announce how to get rewards for the streams?
Yeah, you're the expert on that, Fujit. You made a whole video.
Yeah.
Video, and now everybody's going to hate me because they won't get their rewards. Anyway, look, basically, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, you're not going to get rewards. So you need to do the following. In both the write-ups on both these streams on YouTube, there are links for your respective regions, okay? So you need to go into the official War Gaming website. That's World of Tanks Blitz website. The links are there for your region. Log in, go to the tournaments tab, find the tournament, and then as long as you have that portal window open, number 1, and active for the entire stream, plus you've accepted all the cookies, you will get the rewards.
And remember, ad block must also be turned off.
Correct. Ad blocker must also be turned off. But guys, you're not going to get the rewards until the stream finishes. Simple. So don't say I want my rewards now. The other thing, you won't start accumulating the time to get the rewards until the first match commences, which is at the top of the hour that's about to hit us. You can get, if you watch the whole 2 hours, 80 cups and 20 flames. Those are the rewards that are up for grabs today. I mean, did I forget anything?
Aside from just making sure you're logged in and everything, and being patient, because it can take a few hours until after the stream before you actually get it. So far, the handing out has worked like a charm. The portal hasn't. Every time you leave the page, it will basically time out. So you have to have the page open at all times in order to have the timers actually work for you. So yeah, just leave it running.
There you go.
And the main reward is the friends we make along the way.
Oh, barf.
All right.
I had to say it. I had to. Also, one thing that Jack forgot to mention, we're going to have to say bye to one team today.
Yes. That is, I mean, the description is already on my video. But anyway, let's also talk about the teams here. Gucci Gang Team versus PinkTeam is the first matchup we're going to be seeing. Last 5 games, we saw Gucci Gang Team winning all of them, and PinkTeam winning all 4 their last 4 games. So this is going to be an interesting combination, an interesting matchup, and I think both teams on a good run. Who is going to end their good run? We will find out soon, and I mean, we also see the last 5 matchups. Gucci Gang Team winning 4 out of the 5 matchups. So obviously, Gucci Gang Team is the favorite here.
Just interrupt one moment, guys.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of comments on Wild Ones Halper's stream. The website won't show rewards at the moment. It won't start for another 8 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, but
so at the
you'll hear
moment,
your instructions soon. They're still in the delay.
That's true. That's true. But basically, the rewards won't start for the moment. There will be locked and they will be grayed out. Just be patient.
Yep. And if you are not familiar with the entire thing, just pause my stream when it's talking about the instructions. It should be quite self-explanatory.
And once there's basically when the rewards start, you will get a pop-up on the portal that you actually have to click away before the timers go. So then you will know that it's all working as intended.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
Right.
Just do all the doodly things that we tell you to, and enjoy your time.
All right. So tonight we have 4 teams, so let's actually bring the scene up. So we have Gucci Gang team, also known as
Before you start with that, any let's call it predictions for the 4th place tonight from you 3.
I have no idea. To be honest, I've not watched any of the CIS games so far, so I'm going to be happily surprised whatever happens. But I do want to point out that we have an actual Russian team that is supporting the LGBTQ community.
Yes.
And that's something I actually quite like.
Yeah, I totally agree with Eminent. I think also like Russia is does not have a good track record in terms of this issue, and I'm really happy to see teams start showing their support and Wargaming also not censoring the support to the LGBTQIA+ community, and that's applaudable.
Exactly.
My predictions maybe now. I have a quick look at the teams during the professionals tournament season. I from what I'm seeing here tonight, I would put my money on Zombie leaving tonight first, but I bet might be wrong.
What is your bot saying if you've made anything?
No, because I haven't been following the CIS server, so
I see.
Yeah, I haven't made a bot to guess what's going to happen. To be honest, I'm not going to make any bot predictions for the rest of the service.
I see.
My money's on Zombie, but I don't know.
I just
What do you think?
want to point out, before we get into that, for anyone curious, my name in Russian basically is somewhat related to my other in-game name. Anyway, I don't know actually. I'm just here for good games.
Fujit,
Yes.
Hello.
which team do you think would pack their bags tonight?
Best one. Oh, sorry, the worst one. It's going to be difficult to say, I'll be honest with you. All these, no, seriously, because you can never tell what's going to happen on the RU server. Because they are ultra competitive. They do think outside the box with their strats. And it's going to be who makes the most mistakes. And when I say mistakes, I'm on about the little teeny tiny mistakes that just get absolutely punished. Whoever it's going to be, they're still going to give us a good game. We're just going to have some fantastic games going all the way through. I'd hate to say who's going out and who's going through, because I think all 4 of these clans have a chance.
Ooh. Yeah, it seems at Porto there is no volume for the stream, which is a bit of an issue, but anyway. Anyway, let's go to the first match for tonight. It will be Canal Gucci Gang team versus Pink. I'm going to have a very quick summary of these 2 teams, what to expect for these 2 teams. Gucci Gang team, look at their focus fire tonight. They have been really good with that, very sophisticated as well. As for Pink, their decisiveness is what you want to watch out for. So, very quick summary, it didn't take me a lot of time to kind of summarize what to expect.
3 guys were present for the Apex server, and it is the first, or was the first showing of the 60 TP. Any impressions you got? Anything you think we can expect tonight from these people on the RU server?
I'm not sure, but I kind of expect aggressive gameplay, but I always expect that from the CIS server, because usually they deliver.
No, but I mean more related to the 60 TP right now, since it is new to the meta.
I think we will see a few, but I expect kind of more of a yo spam. That is basically that's being said without having seen any of the games on the CIS server, so what do I know? But I kind of expect that with the expectancy of the playstyle, basically.
I mean, I have to echo Emanet there, but I think you will see a couple of 60 TPs. I'm sure they won't sit them in the garage. We may see other tanks as well, like the 260, like the 907 or 260 even. Who knows? This is the thing about RU. You just never know what they're going to come up with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's talk about also the lineups for both teams already. Although both teams are still readying up. But here we are. Gucci Gang
One
team
thing
also have been tanks.
I do want to mention, as we see pre-picked tanks and some readied up, the E50M been buffed. I think last patch, right? Got, I don't quite know. Was it just the reload buff or something else? But it's a little better now, and people seemingly using it. And I think it does fit actually pretty nicely into the way the CIS server plays.
Yeah, I think the mobility is very important for the CIS playstyle, and E50M also has the armor, which could work really well in brawl situation. Also the DPM. Don't forget about the DPM for E50M. It's pretty decent for a medium tank.
Yeah.
But every is right. It did have a reload buff, and it also had a power to weight ratio, I believe, or over the drain buff as well, to make it a little bit more nimble.
So just a small update to those watching. I did forward it to Wargaming that there's no sound on the portal. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
Right. Oh dear, and stream is also not working on portal. Oh dear. Hopefully. My stream is still working fine, but looking at the lineup here, we have Gucci Gang team with double E50Ms, an IS-7 batch hats, AMX50B, an IS-7, and also Vickers Light with Pink, going for a double 50Bs, a double 60 GPs, double E50Ms, and also one batch hat, and so many mediums of light, so we don't know what to expect, but here we are, we're going in. First match of tonight, Canal.
Yeah, I do expect quite a brawly scenario around the deep part, especially seeing as how we have a lot of fast tanks, maybe excluding those 60s, but the rest is very nimble. And a lot of teams actually did start playing the corner more with the current patch, so I think that's where the main fight is going to happen here.
Indeed, and I did see the streams. Canal, the southeastern corner, has been quite popular for these clans here. So I do also expect a lot of movement around the area, and also it will be good for Gucci Gang team. It's really down to their focus fire pretty much if we are seeing a brawl happening around there. I don't think Peg would want to be under a brawl situation with Gucci Gang team though, because Gucci Gang team is known for that.
And it seems you're right, we have the 50Bs and the E50s making a breakthrough to the north. Don't really want to play the corner right now. But we did have a spot on the 50B here, Crocodile. And the Bad Chat getting some damage in.
Yeah, we are seeing a Dark Time trying to cross, took a hit a little bit, but Peg, the team, big shots into the area here, and could go down if he could not stay safe here. Oh, great start from Peg team here, and Gucci Gang team needs to be really careful. D could be captured soon.
Yeah, but we also want to pay small attention to the Bad Chat here. Currently passive scouting, keeping most of this lineup lit. No one yet to notice too much, but once the Vickers gets close, the Bad Chat gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, look how close in proximity Riku is with Dark Time, but Riku has the clip though, and could potentially kill Dark Time. Is trying to get the good position to kill Dark Time. Dark Time is pretty much panicking at this point. Can Riku kill off Dark Time? Second shell in,
one more.
last shell. And
he gets it.
Yeah, here we go. Gucci Gang team now leading by one tank here, but the hit point's still very close. Zips also quite low, so if Gucci Gang team can kill off Zips, it will be evens.
Oh, the Bad Chat's being hunted here. Giloid in the 50M, pushing him out, and we also have the IS-7 cutting him off there. So we're not gonna see too much movement from that Bad Chat. But Pink really up on points. Look at that. Also getting B now. Completely uninterrupted.
Yeah, but also Gucci team has the hit point advantage and also Rico trap, but that could be very important, I think. Now, Skill is just waiting for Crocodile Kabanchik to get Rico out of the way, because I don't think Yevgenlox would want to do that, because Peng is looking at Yevgenlox very much.
Yeah. We also have a
There
bit
we
of
go.
fire support here. 50M
Yep.
and 50B for that bad shot. But there you
That's
go.
a kill. Yevgenlox is now freed up, trying to push a bit more forward. Pink a bit more in trouble. They just need to defend well. They have 3 caps. They still have some times, but it's going to be 9 cap points per 2 seconds of increase they need to survive for as long as they could. Try and chip away enough hit points away from Gucci team.
We also need to remember C-Cap could just be taken away at any point here. And it looks like the Batchat will do that. And Pink is getting cornered here in this red line area. The 50B and the E50M about to be picked up.
Yep, you now see Gucci team killing Scorpion Drago all the way. Skillo is also now killed. And Gucci team is now taking back C and potentially B as well. But Nervly gets reset. And it's now 4 versus 5. There is still a chance for both teams here. Pink has done well to pull the hit point pool deficit back.
And we also do have Nervny now in a one-shot on C. Does go down to the 50M. And it's now a 2v5. And I do believe that this has more or less been decided at this point.
Yup, Mark Silence trying to get a Mega Hitman out of the way, but it's another rounds here. Mark Silence is going to be surrounded by 3 tanks. Both 50Bs are now on drop reader, but Crocodile Kabanchik trying to get A, but I think PayPal is going to get a kill shot into Crocodile. Will that run happen? No. Crocodile with enough mobility, just the another shell. Oh, it would not be enough. And
There is the
PinkTeam.
reload buff for the E50M showing itself perfectly.
PinkTeam 1000 cap points, winning the first match unexpectedly, but it does look like Gucci team hasn't warmed up yet. They have 3 tanks doing more than 2k, but Pink 4 tanks doing more than 2k. Pink defending quite well in this map.
I do want to point out Rico though, because that man in the bad chat, or woman, for all we know, really was a crucial player, not shooting, staying there, and just doing the scout play that we don't often see in tournaments, and even less on the CIS server. He was probably the most crucial player in that situation, also being able to then pick up a kill there and buying a lot of time, because they wanted him out.
Yeah,
And
I think sorry.
Might have cost them.
Yeah, I think Gucci team was kind of hesitant in trying to push out to Ping. That gave quite a lot of time for Ping to chip away enough hit points of Gucci team here. And I mean, for most of the match we saw previously, Gucci team has more hit points than Ping, if I remember correctly. I believe that's the case. And goes on to show, if you hesitate, things could go really south for you. So Gucci team, hopefully they will pick that up a little bit and become a bit more decisive with their moves. Pink doing very well in the defense. On the defense, hopefully they could keep it up.
Yeah, and we have the lineups ready. A lot more aggressive here from Pink. Double I7, double 50 a bad shot, a VKP there for some side scraping armor, and also an M6 Yo for convenience. And Gucci gang here, another E50M now triple. Really want to make that tank a use here. Double I7 as well, a Vickers and a singular 50B.
Yeah, especially when we are talking about such a medium tank setup here for Gucci team. I don't think they would want to hesitate. They don't have a lot of hit points. The armor is not as good as the heavy tanks. They really have to be decisive with their moves, and they have to stay together pretty much, because they are good with the DPM, but it's not a heavy tank, so to
Exactly. And we do also see that in the hit points, I mean, that's 1,200 difference right here from the beginning. It might not look like much, but it can make a difference in the end here.
Let's look at Crocodile Kabanchik here. The Vickers Light going for an interesting route for sporting, looking to get into D now, or maybe not. It seems Pink will go for B first. But there is a shot from Crocodile Kabanchik spawning up Scorpion Drago. But the C Scorpion Drago is not taking a lot of hits so far. A bit lucky for him. But that could change.
I mean, he has lost quite a bit of hit points. Only difference of 700 now.
Yep, but I reckon he could have lost a lot more hit points, but we are also seeing potentially a push coming in from Mega Hitman, looking to get Crocodile Cabanchik out of the way, but the DVDs are there to stop it from happening, so Crocodile Cabanchik might need to make use of the chance to run away now, and he's doing it.
Here come the 50s. There's one. That's a big roll as well. They're having the HE loaded. Look at his hit points. He's just out.
Obliterated into pieces. PinkTeam is really not having any mercy at all to Gucci Ganti, but I'm not sure what Mega Hitman's trying to do here. He's actually pretty isolated, and it's now being focused by Gucci Ganti and will be taken out by fire. I think there was a mistake here from PinkTeam, but Nervy is also very low, will be killed here.
Look at this aggression. Dark timeout as well. Scorpio died on the other side, and it's a 4v5 right now. But these 50s are isolated.
Very true indeed. Now, we're going to be seeing a Mark sign going to be isolated. On the other hand, Gucci Ganti needs to get Danny Saxo out of the way. As Yevgen Nox is still reloading. His skill loss quite low. And Capral is still on a drone reload here. But still, Mark Silence staying alive as long as he could. But won't be for long. Both players are now dead. It's now 3 versus 3 hit points, still quite close to one another. Skill loss down to a one-shot. Don't know what to expect. It's so close.
Yeah, but Pink has 3 autoloaders. We need to keep that in mind. Whilst Gucci Gang has 2 single shots, which might be able to make a difference here. Especially considering that I7, very healthy, and so is the 50B.
Yep, very true indeed. And also Gucci Gang team has the cap point advantage. It's actually PinkTeam that needs to make a move, that needs to get a cap points back, but also B is not under the notice of the Gucci Gang team, so potentially we could see
bad chat. E50M, he gets him.
That was a great kill indeed. Great shot to Capral as well, and maybe able to land another shot to Capral. Now Capral down to 2 shots, and Rico's on the drum reload.
Yeah, PayPal he is ready with a shot, gets a max roll. There goes the pickup, and it's now just the i7 left, and Pinky. Bit risky, but it did somehow pay off in the end.
Yup, and I think now Yevgen locks. Oh no, that Aisha didn't quite penetrate into Passeri. But Passeri is also fully reloaded. I don't think Yevgen locks is going to do a Globanov here. Will go down with regrets. And here we go, Pink 2-0 against Gucci Gang team.
What a strong performance here from both teams, obviously, but Pink. A lot of risk there, especially with Mega Hitman there, just pushing him. Maybe thought he did have the support, but it wasn't quite there yet. But it did give those 50s the time to get in and reload. And look at their damage. Both of them 3.6, 3.7 respectively.
Yep, I mean, although Gucci Gang team has 4 tanks doing more than 2k, Pink only with 3. Oh, I believe Pink, their decisiveness is really strong. It's really strong tonight, and I think Gucci Gang team, their movement can come across as questionable at times, and I mean there are quite a few tanks that got trapped or isolated. So Gucci Gang team, I think we're just seeing the shadow of Gucci Gang team. This is not the Gucci Gang team we know, and I mean, we know what happened. We know what happened to Feast last week.
Yeah.
Feast was the first placing team in their server in the professional tournament. Gucci Gang team as well, but it doesn't seem like Gucci Gang team has gone into the game yet. They haven't been in form so far.
Yeah. I mean, we also got to consider they took quite a long time in the middle there. Didn't quite manage to pick off these tanks fast. And they just lost that corner to those 50Bs, which just annihilated 3 tanks. Especially that Vickers.
That was...
We can't even call that nice anymore. That was just harmful. And
that was
also,
ruthless.
I'm not sure, but maybe a bit of over-reliance on those 50Ms could have also been a cause here. But of course, that's up to speculations, and maybe we should move on and talk about May and Runes.
Yeah, this is a map that sometimes puzzles me on the number of 50Bs taken, but it seems both teams are taking the 50Bs, and Gucci Gang team taking 2 of them, double i7, double M60O, and a 60TP, and for Pink team, we'll know as we go into the battle. And it will be quadruple 60TPs, a lot of 60TPs, a 50B, an i7, and once again, the VK 90.0 on P.
I think the 60 TPs here for this situation are there for that alpha damage, and probably also to a degree for those hit points. Because They do pack a punch, especially with that consumable that they now got. They could potentially kill a tank with 4 shots if they roll well and pen all of them. So
Yeah, but
don't want to be running around corners without checking them first.
yeah, the 50Bs, I mean, also the armor. I mean, we talk about the armor. The HE shells, they can be very hurtful here. Boaty's not taking the medium light. This is something that I didn't realize until now. I'm not sure what to expect from this. Cabral side stripping in this area. Both teams playing it quite defensively, contrary to what we are used to for the CIS server.
Yeah. One thing as well, look at the I7's position here for Gucci Gang. Very far back, but just having that angle to keep Capybara on hold, or at least give a shot in. But I don't think he's going to be off use if he decides to push in.
Already under our noses, Mark Silent gets a, and will give Gucci Gang team the cap point advantage, and we are now seeing Mark Silent, and I found him now in the battle, and looking to put a shot into Danny Saxo, but and Danny Saxo doesn't want to make any mistakes here, and you know what to do when both teams are holding. Do you know what to do when both teams are when you're holding?
Get an ammo, right?
Maybe that's the case, but Capybara also took a hit, and I think the what I was trying to say is both teams do not want to drop too many hit points, but we might see a push coming in, big shots into Dark Time Kotick.
Yeah, there we go. Minus 1300. That's the 60 TP average damage power that we talked about.
On
And
the other
just gonna
hand,
push in.
Markstein also took a big hit, but also isolated, and it seems Pink is in a good situation here. Caprala down to 1 shot, great shot to Zips, and will be killed.
Capybara here bouncing on that 60 TP. That's quite crucial. But Mark Silent here should be going down, and it's now 6v6. Tank's still even.
1L seems to be collapsing at the moment, and Pink with more hit points here. Gucci Gang team needs to get their focus fire here, but it seems they have trouble in trying to get Scorpio out of the way, but it will be the case now. Yevgen Noxus trying to put a shot into the Access, but it's a bounce. And now Pink with more hit points here, they look very comfortable.
Yeah, PayPal here also in the 50B, still full HP. That's not a tank you want to keep alive for long. But he's just going to be able to get another clip out here. As Pink slowly picks up more and more tanks. It's a 4v5 now. Crocodile, they're heavily isolated.
Yeah, and we also have now Capybara killing off Crocodile Comanche. And it's now 3 versus 5, but also do know that Pink, there are like 3 tanks at 1 shot, so if they can kill all 3 tanks in quick succession, things could change rapidly.
Yeah, the hit points aren't that huge yet, but that 50, I mean, him being basically full HP is probably the biggest danger to Gucci Gang right now.
Ooh.
But Dark Time is gonna feel it first.
Yep, and Nervly is probably in deeply trouble. Skilloid not close to where Nervly is, and Capybara great shot to the backside of Skilloid. But Pink, knowing that they have the cap on advantage, they have the numerical advantage, they just didn't hesitate to push on, with Nervly now dead, leaving Skilloid the last person standing.
It's already 3-0. Pink
is.
here, very decisive right now, and hardcore with these aggressive moves.
Very, very much so here, and don't know what to expect. I think Gucci Gang team. I really question their movement at times, but maybe credit to where to Pink really doing a fabulous job in isolating and trapping Gucci Gang team's tanks. And I think if they can keep it up like that, we could potentially see the first 4-0 victory in Blitz Cup. We didn't see that last week, but it could go into this situation. But you never know.
Yeah.
Pink, it's not safe yet. They haven't won yet. There's still a chance for Gucci Gang team, but pressure is on to Gucci Gang team now.
Getting that last match point, or getting that last point to victory is always going to be the hardest. But just getting back on that last game quickly, the 60 TPs I think really made the difference there, that alpha damage. Because that initial peak they had against these Yos, I mean, you saw the damage coming in, right? Because Gucci Gang was trying to counter push, but they just lost hit points like crazy. And I think that initial advantage really helped them here.
Yeah, and we saw, like last week, the team who makes the initiative usually has the upper hand here because they are in control of the entire situation rather than the defensive team. Because the defensive team, they have to analyze what the aggressive team is trying to do, and I think that can be the main difference here. And also, Gucci Gang team, I think also their individual skills might be the least good in terms of all the 4 teams doing, and they really need to rely on their teamwork right now. That's what they're good at, and we haven't been seeing the best of it just yet.
Yeah, but one light at the end of the tunnels. We do see some mobility now. We see Vickers on the side of a Gucci Gang here, who are also using triple 60 TP, a 50B, and double I7. Whilst Pink wants to feel a little bit more Soviet tonight, going triple IS7, double 60 TP, and double M60.
Yeah, we are now seeing Gucci Gang team, Red team now on this north spawn, and looking to go into the A and B side. And we are seeing a medium and light tank now. Let's go to Crocodile Kabanchik, trying to get spots up for Gucci Gang team, and Pink approaching the middle area and also the C area. Rico in the I7 probably uncontested in getting C.
Ooh, some early trading here. But a lot of Pink has been seen, and Gucci Gang can take B absolutely uncontested. They are free to take that now. And also A, giving them a cap advantage once they take it.
Or maybe they're not going to get... Oh, they will get A. Crocodile Kabanchik is going to get A. Mark Size just going past A. And the 60 TP already arriving to the enemy spawn. It seems Gucci Gang team, their main idea here is to get the map control. Potentially we'll see a great shot from Capral onto Passeri. And with A also captured, cap points are going to be going in favor of Gucci Gang team.
Skilloid here also being a pain there to Passeri. Takes another shot into him. He is now down to half, and he has to be more cautious about his hit points. But Pink is kind of pushed back at the moment, with not much room to play around with.
Yeah, but Yevgen also might be feeling the heat here, because potentially PayPal is in a good position to isolate Yevgen locks. And there is also support to his left, so I do feel a bit worried about Yevgen locks here. If Pink decides to push, maybe not, because there is Cap Rao and also Dark Time trying, and also Markstein trying to support. So it's going to be interesting to see what Pink's going to do.
And it seems they are going to take the aggression again with Mark Silent here. Again, maybe a little over-aggressive here, trying to help out against PayPal, but it's turning out to be quite the bad idea, as he should be picked up here at the moment, but it's not quite happening yet.
Yeah, Hippos are now neck and neck, but Passeri's down. Mark Silas and Yevgenos getting crippled very quickly, and Danix as well. Very quickly, we are seeing 5 versus 5. With Capybara down to a one-shot, and killed by Capral. 5 versus 4 now. Gucci Gang team, for the first time tonight, have more hit points in the late game stages, and this could be very important. They need to consolidate.
They also have a huge general advantage here. Oh, that's an ammo rack.
Ammo rack!
1,500. Bye-bye
Oh my.
to Rico here. The first one on the Blitz Cup for the CIS server to feel it.
Oh my god.
And it's not a 60 TP.
Yeah, I remember while going through the streams, Gucci Gang team has done a full health ammo rack to 7-star before, and it's an I7, so Pink to experience that on the hands of Gucci Gang team, I don't think they will be delighted.
Yeah, and with that, the first match point has been evaded. Pink here, maybe not quite the right positions that they chose, since Gucci Gang very fast to react, very quick to take these important positions, to just keep them out of any advantageous spots they could have taken. And Pink had not many options here, and the options they did have, they might have not picked properly. So we're moving on to the next game and to the next map.
Yep, this is a better match from Gucci Gang team. 4 times doing more than 2k, and Pink 3 times doing more than 2k, I believe. A huge reason why Gucci Gang team won the last one is really because they pincered Pink, and Pink was this time a bit hesitant in making the move. I think they thought for a few seconds, and then they made the move, but it was too late because their backsides are getting shot at. And now we're on to Navy Frontier. Gucci
Before
Gang
you
team-
say anything, this is a mirror matchup, Jack.
Yeah.
Quite cool.
No,
We don't see those too often, so let's hear it.
Oh. Yeah, I was saying like Gucci Gang team, they might be on the momentum here. But both teams taking triple 60 TP, double I7, a Vickers Light, and a 50B.
Yeah, and as you may have noticed, 50B here, a hard showing, unusual, at least to other servers. But as we saw in the last Blitz Cup as well, CIS really does love that, and it's a dangerous tank in good hands, which we have seen them show as well. But maybe in Neville Frontier here, the map more for the hold down heavy 60 TP I7. Let's see what they are able to accomplish here.
Yeah, I'm also very excited to see what Pink's going to offer here. They had some good strategies on this map, so let's also follow Pink, what they're going to do. Exciting.
It is again match point here for Pink. If they win this match, they're gonna be moving on and playing tomorrow. But if Gucci Gang can hold them off, we are gonna see another, and then maybe another.
Yeah. Once again,
maybe-
Gucci Gang team is 1L, so if you have no idea what which team I'm talking about is 1L. The reason I'm using the team names rather than the clan tags because that's what the CIS server are used to. It's used to.
Because
So-
they're currently not seeing each other. Passive scouting. And a hard A presence for both teams.
Dark Time takes a big hit as well. PayPal, Capybara also taking some hits. And we could see a big brawl coming from A, and I think this is something that Gucci Gang team really likes to do, but they don't have the numerical advantage at Dark Time, being the unfortunate focus for Pink. Oh,
Yeah, and
dear.
Pink here, they really want to finish this off right now. The Vickers having the jewel on the other side. But currently, Gucci Gang's Vickers is ahead, but the rest of the team really isn't.
Yeah, I mean, we can see Newly trying to shoot from the backside, needs to land a last shot to kill off Passeria, and it will be the case now. 5 for the 6 hit points in favor of Pink here. Mark Silence now dead, 4 for the 6. It's great stuff from Pink.
Yeah, I think the deciding factor here is how fast can Crocodile join this fight? And how much of an influence will he have? Because currently, he is that missing piece for Gucci Gang.
Yep. And with Mega Man now dead, Yev get lost. Now down to 1 shot will be killed by Capybara. It's now 3 versus 4. Capybara really needs to win this fight here against the 50B. It's a track sadly. Nerve needs to connect with Capybara, and Paper's trying to go in cover. There is still a chance, but this is going to get slimmer and slimmer.
Exactly, and there we go, 60 TP down to a one-shot. Nervny here is gonna be looking to pick up PayPal. Actually gets the kill as well, and Crocodile here. Crossfire with the 50B together, but I don't think that's enough.
No, I don't think so. Kakadil Kabanshi pretty much a one-shot, so he has to play it really precariously. And he couldn't connect to anything from that shot we saw. And Yuvni is also trying to wait for the reload to come. And it's going to put a shell into Danny Saxel, but receives a big shot from Danny Saxel as well. And I think Scorpio is going to remove Yuvni in the
Capybara
battle.
actually, having
Oh,
stayed for a long
yeah.
time at A,
Mhm.
decided to be the one to make the move here. And the Vickers, last one standing here for Gucci Gang, and Pink saving that ticket for tomorrow.
Yep, and Crocodile Kabanchik, desperate now, trying to put a shot but didn't connect. Pink with a cap, and with hit points, cap points, they are through to tomorrow's upper bracket final. Congratulations to Pink, and contrary to a lot of expectations, Pink will not be going out tonight in the tournament. They will qualify to the upper bracket final. Congratulations to Pink. Commiserations to Gucci Gang team, but they really need to pick themselves back up in the lower bracket first round. So there are so many warning signs from them.
Yeah. But that was a great game. In general, not just this last one we had. Of course, it also was very action-packed, very decisive again though by Pink. Pushing in there And I didn't expect that, if I'm personally honest. The matches seemed closer than what the result is showing us here of a 4-1. It could have definitely gone to tiebreaker, but I feel like what you said is correct, Gucci Gang here. The teamwork is missing a bit. Tank staying too far behind, maybe. Not quite grouping up properly.
Yeah, and well, I said about their focus fire being like top notch, being very good. In professional tournament, we aren't seeing that tonight, especially the last match we're seeing here. Pink simply has better focus fire. You saw 2 tanks from Gucci Gang team being removed so quickly. The discipline is better for Pink. We definitely saw Pink definitely prepared a lot for this tournament, also because they are the underdogs, to be honest with you. So far, this is their first ever top 4 this year, in this season. So they don't have a lot of expectations for them, but they really want to try to live their best life and do as much as they could. I mean, Gucci Gang team, they are the defending champions from the summer season. They could feel the pressure, and it seems this is taking a toll on them, and I don't think we have seen the best of them so far. And really, the teamwork is what brought them to the top 4. It's not anything else, really their teamwork. If they can't show it in the lower bracket first round, I think they will struggle tonight.
Looking a little bit into the future and maybe getting a bit ahead of myself, but for Gucci Gang to have their best chances at their lower bracket game, who do you think would be their optimal opponent between 7-star and Ganteli?
Ganteli, hard to tell. I think Ganteli is more like your usual EU team here. That's what I saw in the previous streams. 7-star is the one that thinks outside their box. So we do see like 7-star doing some very unusual strats, but for that strat to backfire tremendously, like what we saw with E7 last week. So hard to tell. I'm not sure if 7-star is going to do the usual stuff, or are they going to surprise on me here? But I do think 7-star has the advantage here.
Yeah. One thing before we continue, and also once we get to the analysts, I saw someone mentioning, and he's obviously not the first, but one of many that do want Amarex removed from tournaments. And to some degree, I would agree. But I will mostly disagree for the sole fact that Amarex locations are known. For the i7, for example, which did receive it, it's right in the front, either shoot through the track wheel or the upper plate of the pike nose, and you're pretty likely to hit it. 60 TP as well, for example. It's now very well known where you Amarex that. And in that end, it's very much a skill thing of you're aiming for that. You're trying to hit those things. If you, of course, have the time to do that, because generally you want to not expose yourself for too long just to aim at a potential RNG Amarex. But those things do really much count into this, and it's not something that is just, oh, look, alright, well, that happens. Its teams do generally actively aim for them if they have the opportunity to. And you sometimes need those Amarex to turn games around, and obviously, it's more exciting this way. Because if we didn't have those, if we didn't have fires either, which would count into that, it'd be very stale, in my opinion.
Well, if I remember correctly, you don't Amarex a tank if you damage the Amarex twice. I think there is also some luck involved. I don't know. Can you confirm that?
In what way do you mean?
I mean, you might Amarex a tank, but you don't Amarex a tank like. Certainly, like you can damage the Amarex for the first time, and the second time if you damage the Amarex again, there's a higher chance for you to destroy the tank entirely, but it's not like a certainty, isn't it?
Oh no, so you have I believe it's a 67% chance to crit a module. Because for those that don't know, modules also do have hit points, and those hit points are set. And your guns, which goes by caliber, those have a certain amount of module damage. Which is why, for example, smaller guns aren't as good as tracking tanks as the really big ones. Those 150s, 152s, for example. And since they have a higher module damage, they are more prone and more likely to hit these ammo racks. And like I said, it's a 67% chance roughly to damage a module when you hit it. And then you have to roll the dice again. First of all, you have to hit the module. Not just shooting the same place will work. You have to, of course, have the same angle as well. But you then need to make it so the hit points of that module drops to 0. Just like you do with tracks, you shoot it over and over again until you track the enemy. And the same does go for an ammo rack. So it's not 100% sure, but you're very likely to if you have the skill and knowledge to aim for these things.
Yeah, as well, I saw my stream. Thank you for the donation here, and I think the message said about... oh, is that retracted? I don't know. This message said about they would like to have a LATAM server. I think that's something that all gaming could consider in the future. Like, the NA server, I mean, North America is quite far apart from South America.
Not what we're here for, though, Jack.
Yeah, it's not what we're here for, but something we could, I mean, we could reflect in the future.
So I do believe that our analysts should be caught up now.
Yeah, we have caught up. Basically, this this was sort of like the Asia server chaos that I always expect from the Asia server. The only thing is it's more coordinated chaos. It was very aggressive gameplay. It was really just big brawls, really. Like, there was clever gameplay involved, like the bad chat that was just in the bush, not shooting anything, but literally just there to keep everyone spotted. And there was the VK that was holding the ramp on main runes to keep Gucci Gang from joining their teammates and everything. But overall, it was just really big brawls.
I mean, Pink was very unpredictable tonight, and
Yes.
I mean the positions they took, the movement they did, they caught Gucci Gang team by surprise a lot of times, and that's something that I think Pink, if they continue to do that, they can really challenge. They can really challenge the authority. I think there's a better word than authority.
Well, I mean, I just want to jump in at that stage. I mean, the game. Every said it. I mean, the games were a lot closer than they looked. To be honest with you, it's not like Pink ran riots against Gucci Game. Gucci Game were not firing on all their cylinders. No. That is true. I mean, their focus fire was a little bit off. Their rotation around the map and their counter reactions were not quite there. This could be the fact that it's the first game out. Everybody's coming into it slightly cold. Pink was slightly more aggressive, to be honest with you. They really wanted to take the game to Gucci Game. And Gucci Game, for a majority of the game, of the games, apart from the one game, were playing catch-up. They were doing counter pushes and they were trying to sort of plug gaps. Going back to the ammo rack, it wasn't a full HP ammo rack. Looking at it going backwards, it wasn't a massively huge game changer. It's disappointing for Pink, obviously, but to be perfectly honest with you, Rico was moving in and he was being focused at that stage. He'd already had 2, maybe 3 shots put into him before the ammo rack. And Gucci Game were on a high at that stage. They had more tanks on the battlefield, they had more HP, and they had managed to actually contain Pink. I think what we're seeing is the opening salvos here. I mean, massive congratulations to Pink for turning it over, of course. But don't write Gucci Game off just yet. I mean, they're not out. No. They've got the next. They're going to play whoever loses this next game between 7-Star and Zombie. This may be a different type of Gucci Game. They may have been warmed up. They may have more focus. They may have taken out of these games the things that they feel are the mistakes, where they're going wrong, what they need to tighten up on. So it can still go any way, to be fair, guys.
And we have to include as well, they have time to analyze their opponent now.
Yeah.
That's
so.
But I do.
They're free to relax and get their head back into it.
I do kind of expect this sort of gameplay throughout the CIS games because brawls and basically not like YOLO rushes because it's not really YOLO, but this very strong aggression is something that we've known the CIS server for years, and the current meta allows for that again. Even with the 60TP, which isn't the fastest tank in the world, it does allow for it, and you see that with the AMXs, and it's fun to watch, but there's not really a lot of tactics involved, as in trying to get the bases and trying to play with points. It's more an encounter brawl than a supremacy game, so to speak.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it's completely right. What we see a different type of gameplay sometimes on the RUCIS server. We don't see everybody rushing to various caps to take these cap positions and the cap advantages. What we see, they try to out-brawl them. And it all boils down, there's a big reliance on focus fire and positioning on the RUCIS server. And tonight, Gucci game at the moment, they just aren't there. Their focus fire is just not as focused as we've seen in the past. Their positioning is just not as we've seen in the past. And Pinks were better. It boils down to that. And as I said at the beginning, when you asked who do I think is going to go out, etc., it all boils down to who makes the least of those tiny little mistakes. And as when you go back and look at these games, as I said, they're not 7-0s, they're not whitewashes. They're
very close.
Absolutely, they're hard, broad battles, and they could have gone either way, but for that slightly off focus fire and that slightly, a couple of seconds slower to that particular position or to angle the tank in that particular way. So, I mean, this is RU, and this is what you expect. You expect this type of gameplay.
And don't get me wrong, by the way, it's great fun to watch. It's just, it's always like, it's such a different style than what we're used to, so to speak.
Yeah.
That's all.
Very true.
And by the way, I also see like some teams trying to emulate the playstyle of the CIS server. So
which is tricky because it does work for some. We've seen APA had similar games before where they completely caught their enemy unawares and off guard, and that's why it can work really, really well. But at the same time, especially when the enemy team expects that sort of like aggressive gameplay, they will just absorb it, and that's something that most of the EU teams, for example, are really good at. And I love watching that as well, because you have the aggression, which is like, it's risky, it could potentially pay off, and then you see the team build up on the map, and you know that they're just going to absorb that push, and it's fantastic. That's sort of like one of my favorite sort of gameplays to see.
Yeah.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I mean, also when you use some of the strategies from the CIS server, I do sometimes notice that teams do not get the full idea behind that strategy, and it seems like they're trying to emulate what the CIS team does, but it could come across as like the strategy seems a bit out of place, like very weird. So I think also they would also need to study how the entire strategy works and functions, and I think that is why the CIS teams are on top of that.
I mean, the thing is as well, just trying to copy the lineup, of course, has worked for some teams. Trying to copy the strategy is a whole different thing. Because the CIS server has accommodated to this meta that they're currently in. Just trying to apply or force that certain strat to the EU server is not going to work, because we play differently, we think differently, and we maybe even read the battle in a different manner. And just trying to copy that per se is just not going to work out, because you're trying something that's because the Russian people have their strats the way so that they can react to what other Russians do, right? But you can't do that on EU, because we don't play like them. We don't react like those on CIS. So a lot of the things might just be pointless. Some positionings might just be very for no reason. But I think the team, which is what I wanted to say initially, that is closest to the CIS gameplay, but does it very strategically and very methodical, is Endgame. Because they do have that aggressive energy, and they make it work, but on a completely different reason to what we see on the CIS server.
That's interesting to say, by the way, because EG is also one of the clans that is the best at absorbing pushes like that.
I don't know. I feel like the EU server, the teams are quite similar in terms of playstyle. Like it's like CIS server where you have a multitude of playstyles that you could take and they still work. EU server for me comes a little bit across like there is a general idea of what most teams, most top teams would do. I don't know. It just come across to me that way.
Well,
So you
again,
mean
just
like
to,
the same thought process.
well, just to jump in again, I mean, you know, I've been involved in the tournament scene as a streamer for quite a while now, and the RU server always says that they consider that some of the other servers, especially EU, is slightly more passive. They do say that.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to take everybody back to the very, very first game that we saw tonight on Canal. Okay, and if you go and have a look at that game, in the opening minute, you've already got Gucci Game being very aggressive, straight down. You know, they've taken 2 of their tanks to the decap. They've got their Vickers really pushed up forward by the C-cap, and they've taken an IS-7 down that sort of little canal route at the back of B and C. At the same time, you've got a back chat of Pink sat high on the hill where you would normally see a TD. People would, you know, this is aggressive gameplay, and this is gameplay where they're looking to see where the enemy tanks are and they're looking to smack them. And, you know, it's great to try and draw comparisons to teams on other servers, but you can't really do that. You know, we have aggressive teams on EU. We have BPS who are aggressive. We have the Joneses who can be aggressive. We have Loca. You know, each team can be aggressive on the map they like to be aggressive on. What we don't have on the RU server is this big mix and match of passive, aggressive, cap points, not cap points. We don't have that type of mix. We have very focused, we want to dominate. We want to destroy the other team. And that's the type of gameplay you get more of on the RU server. And that is why it's exciting to watch, and it really throws a spanner in the works, because, you know, when you watch this, it's very aggressive and the hit points go down very quickly and the games can go either way. And just tonight, we've seen that Gucci Game did not pull it off. Pink did, but that's not to say that Gucci Game couldn't have pulled it off, because they could have. It's that close on the CIS.
I very much agree with you there. And I think this, how do you put it? This general aggression that is on the server might just, in the end, boil down to, we want information as fast as we can on the enemy, and we want to give them as little time as possible to respond to whatever the hell we are doing. It's pressuring them by time, and it's also want to know as much as possible. What is going on? Where is everyone?
But I think there is a lot of that. I mean, if you look at the way they use their light tanks, they get them very, very forward, very quickly into very aggressive positions, and you know it's there for a reason, and that reason is, as you just said, let's spot what we can and play our plan from there.
I mean, the pushing tanks deep is also a point of, let's not give them any map control.
Yeah.
Or not as much as, you know, you would normally want. You want some space, you want to move around a bit. Since, you know, even if you're not claustrophobic, if you're pushed into a space, you're just not comfortable, and you might not play optimally, because it's also a bit of a mental thing of, I can't go there even though I want to, I'm better in that spot, but it's blocked off, someone's already there. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
I
and
think
this is
mental,
that's the thing, and that's where I think, you know, when you look back at the games you've just seen, you say, oh, well, you know, G Game looked like a little bit off. Yes, they were, but it could have gone so differently. It's just that Pink were that extra tight. They reacted that extra second quicker. They had their guns move that extra second quicker in formation. And, you know, this is what you get on RU. Very fast-paced, very aggressive, very quick. Don't have time to think. Not really. Not really. It's not like, you know, you're trying to get crossfires, put them in a trap. trying to bait them, trying to do this, trying to do that. It's very, very. We're not going to give you breathing space, guys.
Or they just think really fast. Who knows? We're not rushing.
That as well. But it is more of. I mean, and I go back to last year's Blitz Cup and watching the games there. And it's pretty much the same. We are not going to give you the time to sit back and chill out. We're just going to go at you full on. And we're going to see if you can either absorb it, and if you can absorb it, then we're still going to carry on at you, but just we're going to focus fire, or you may not absorb it. And I remember, I think it was Mercy taking all their tanks through the town on Middleburg and absolutely steamrolling the other team. Or was it, I can't remember who it was either Mercy or 7-Star doing that. And you can expect this, and we've just seen that. And, you know, we're going to see a lot more of it shortly.
Yep. Well, to sum all that rant up, we have great games ahead of ourselves. And we just watched great games as well, obviously.
Yeah. I think what we're going to be seeing later tonight, 7-Star versus Zombie, it could be very, very different. I think that is entirely possible. Like, from what I saw with 7-Star and Zombie, or Ganteli, let's call them Ganteli because that is what they are called after. So both of these teams have shown some very different playstyles in professional stream, and I'm excited to see what we're going to be expecting for these two teams. I mean, 7-Star, they were known for being for thinking outside of the box, but could also backfire because of that. And Ganteli, I think this is a team that I don't have the best idea on. I do see them playing a lot with caps and trying to play with the cap advantage. So it's quite similar to what I would see on the EU server with how they approach the cap control, and also how they rotate and how they chip away hit points of the other team, how they isolate tanks and surprise others. So yeah, I think we're in for a totally different match for this one.
Maybe. All I would say, and you know, I think all four of us can agree on this. I mean, 7-Star are seasoned veterans, and they've got one of the best players ever to play this game in that team.
Yeah.
So
I think. Sorry.
So you know, you're gonna see. I mean, 7-Star always have the ability to dominate and decimate. That's not to say that Zombie Ganteli don't. Because I think they do as well. It's going to be, whichever way it goes, it's going to be ultra competitive and really hard fought. Neither of these teams are going to give any quarter.
Both of these teams need to be in full concentration mode. I mean, I've seen these teams being punished so heavily when they just go out of focus for a few seconds. And you don't want to be in that situation. It's CIS server. Every minor mistake can be can have a lots of impact to the outcome of the game.
That's true. And some people might also say, well, we're gonna have another team with cold hands, or another two teams. But the thing is as well, they just watched a game happen. I mean, it's most likely that they just watched what happened between the other two teams, because you know you want to see what they do, what form are they in. But I think that might help them as well get into that spirit and just, you know, perform greatly. So I'm having a feeling we're gonna see high impact from the very beginning here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also let's talk about the last 5 games for these two teams, also the last 5 matchups. 7-Star has won 3 of their last 5 games, and they had the run of 2 defeats in the second last and third last match. As for Ganteli, they won 4 of their last 5 matches, 5 games, but they lost their last game. So both teams might not have the best form, so we don't know what to expect. As for their head-to-head matchups, Ganteli is quite a new team, although they had a lot of players previously from Mercy. And if you don't know what happened to Mercy, they basically broke up, and half of them went to Gucci Gang team, and the other half went to Ganteli team. And so far we saw 7-Star winning 2 of their last 3 matchups. So don't know what to expect about Ganteli. In summer season, they are under the clan title of FE215. So yeah, so it's going to be quite new to all of us, not just not just us four. And before we continue talking, let's have a bit of a refresher on how to get rewards. So, first follow the instructions on my stream. I mean, it's quite self-explanatory. Just go to your to the respective website that your account is in, and log into that website using your account there. Click the tab Tournaments at the top of the screen and click the big tab that says Blitz CIS Cup. And then just click any video you find and make sure you enable your targeting cookies in cookie setting, or just enable all your cookies if you don't know which cookie I'm talking about. This is to prevent you from watching a grey screen. If you're watching just a blank grey screen, you will not get any rewards. So I think there's not a lot more to it, is it?
The portal is a little bit glitchy, so you have to be patient with it, and the moment that you click on any other page, it will probably time out, so just take that into account. Basically, just see it as if you're going AFK. You got the streams running, it's actually working on the portal, you don't touch it anymore, and you just hope that it stays working.
Yeah.
You pray to Iron Jesus.
Yes.
Maybe make a sacrifice as well, who knows? Might
No.
work, might not. I
No.
do not confirm that these have a 100% success rate.
Right, so once again, we are now on to the second week of November CIS server. So the next week it will be dedicated to the NA server, and the last week it will be dedicated to the EU server once again. Prize pool for each region is $50,000, and even the fourth placing team of this season will earn more money than the first placing team in the last three seasons. So yeah, a lot of money is on grabs. So.
Just to jump in for those on the stream who are watching but from Android, just been told by Wargaming that there may be some technical issue with Android devices with regard to the sound. They are figuring it out. They're trying to work on it, so hang in there. I understand that some people had, that the sound was muted, so make sure it's not muted. Those of you on Android, if you're still experiencing issues, they are aware that there may be an issue with Android, but the technical team are on it. They are trying to work it out. That will not affect, however, the rewards. Just the sound. Just the sound.
Yeah. I also saw that it's not affecting everyone, because I had a couple people mention that they are watching on Android.
Yep.
No, some are watching on Android. They don't have that issue. That's what I'm saying.
Ah, okay.
So it's not exclusively everyone. It's just that some people. No idea what defines that group of people, but the main factor is Android. That's what we could say.
Yes.
Yeah, but as I said, it's not affecting your ability to obtain the rewards, guys. It's just the sound. So whilst it's not fun watching it silently, it will still tick over those rewards.
Well,
And you
last
could also
week
just
during
turn
the
on the
Apex
sound
server, I had
on
the stream playing on my iPad, and at some point it just became a large black screen. But the timer still was going, so I just get all the rewards, even though I could see nothing of the stream, let alone hear it. But yeah.
Right, so going back to what we're going to be seeing in the next game. Once again, we are back in the upper bracket first round. The maps are Canal, Mine Ruins, Naval Frontier, and also Yukon. And it's
You could just
once
say the
again,
same maps, Jack.
yes, it's the same maps. So unless you haven't watched it at the last hour, so these are the maps that you're going to be seeing once again. It's going to be 7-star versus Ganteli, also known as Zombies team. The loser of that will face Kuchigan team in the lower bracket first round, and the loser of the lower bracket first round will be packing their bags tonight, and will be watching from television tomorrow. And let's say hello to everyone on the chat. Privyet. I do see a lot of privyets on my chat. So yeah, hope you guys gals and BPAs have a lot of fun watching our streams and our commentary. and yeah, I also see a lot of people complaining about the portal. If you're seeing a grey screen, once again, enable your cookies. This is the main reason why I was seeing grey screen. Yeah, you need a cookie. I don't have any cookie with me, so
Do you have
you won't be seeing me eating any cookies on the stream. Yes.
my friend? Do you have some keys?
No, I don't have keys. You should ask Wolfgang about that. No keys for you.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, don't.
I thought you had some.
Don't
Traumatized by that.
Yeah, don't now go spam my chats and say where are my keys, because you won't receive any keys. You won't receive any T22 container keys because you don't have any T22 containers now. So,
Oh, really, Jack?
really, I thought you.
Didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. I am now informed. Did you hear that, guys? You cannot get T22 keys because there's no containers. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, His Royal Fatness, I know you're on every stream. Sorry, mate, no keys.
Oh my gosh, no keys.
So what
no
is
keys.
what is that weird spelling he typed me in? He had the V capitalized.
Only,
He was-
only HRA can answer that.
Yeah, but it's because you're your very,
Don't.
very good name is taken.
Let's not get into that.
Anyone knows the target. I think if you scroll down the website, you will see something about cookies. So it's cookie settings. Just click on that. I think you need to scroll down the drop in box. I don't know how to say the box. Just some say the box, and you should be. I think it's the second option. The targeting cookies is the second option. You need to enable that.
Also, I would like
It's
to
just
mention.
easier to go to the cookie settings, accept all,
Yeah.
and then just delete it all when all the streams are over. Because basically the thing is, for me, for instance, I could like do it like properly and only accept the cookies that I really need. At the same time, I wouldn't have faith that everything is working as intended, so I just really accept all.
And it's tedious.
Yes,
Yeah.
that too. I don't want to have to look at it.
I want to mention one thing though, since I saw it a while ago, it's not right now in the chat, but someone asked for Espanol. I must apologize, but if you have been unable to follow, it says EN in the stream title. No Espanol. Just want to make that clear.
Didi asked, they have a dog. Is it good enough for sacrifice? No, please don't. Please don't sacrifice
Aw.
any of your pets or any
Exactly.
people. Please don't.
Just humans, that's all.
Yeah. No, no, that's not as
Human
I
well.
told
can't believe you said yeah.
No.
That'll do.
Wild Ones Helper, condoning human sacrifices.
No. I'm not. I'm not that person. You know. I'm not going to make references to that event, but yeah, no. If you know what I'm talking about, I mean,
I
although
honestly do not.
Neither. I'm gonna be very honest. I do not.
Good. It's good. It's good that you don't know the reference because it's really grim. So no.
Yeah, okay, you need to tell me after the stream then, because I do want
Yeah.
to know now.
Yeah. Oh. I think I can type you on that. Yeah, it's very dark. So yeah.
You know what's interesting? I had Dragon Creek in my chat booing the replay. How dare he, by the way? No, his opinion. But but I now got a replay of him platooning with someone, and I kind of just want to watch it now to laugh at his mistakes. What should I do?
Laugh at his mistakes.
I'm very conflicted.
Just laugh.
Is that morally correct? Fujit, as a lawyer, do I have your permission?
Is it funny? Is it worth a laugh? Then yeah, it's just laugh away.
But what is considered funny? What are
Well,
the legal implications of funny?
Well, if he does a nice move or a bad move and he gets wrecked, then it's giggle worthy. That's okay.
Is it worthy of a ha-ha? An audible noise coming from my mouth?
I think so. I think
Fantastic.
so. I just want to say to the people on Jack's stream, because
Please.
there are a lot of Russian people. Just let me say, Я плохо говорю по-русски. Пожалуйста. Seriously, you know.
Nervous laughter.
Говори английский. Please, there you go. So I'm just telling the people, guys, we don't speak Russian. Our Russian is terrible. Seriously, it's terrible. So please try and speak in English. I know it's difficult for you, but Google Translate is a fantastic thing, and then we can answer you. To be honest with you, but we can't if you only speak Russian, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we don't have Alexa here, so we can't ask the bot to translate for us.
Yeah.
Did you just say? Did you just call Alexandra a bot?
No, I was.
Honestly, Jack.
No, I was.
You.
I was saying Alexa, the Amazon.
Sure, talk yourself out of it now, are we?
No, I was saying Alexa, the Amazon.
Sure. We'll keep it at that.
I don't know why you got that idea. To be honest,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want to dig that hole any deeper?
I'd like to. Yes. Do you have a shovel prepared?
Oh dear.
So, interesting.
When does the game start? 6 minutes, right?
Yes.
A bit longer, yeah. But again, just for everybody who's watching out there, I've actually got the portal open on my iPad, and at the moment it's ticking over nicely. I can't hear anything because obviously I'm doing this, but it's ticking over nicely. The cups and the flames are coming there. So remember, guys, make sure you've got cookies enabled. Make sure you're watching via the official portal. All the links are in the description on both of these YouTube channels that you're watching this on. You have to watch it from the portal, and you have to keep the window active. Simple.
Very simple.
It's basically the thing. Like I know Wargaming's portal is always a little bit, let's say, special. Usually I just watch it on a different device, and as long as I do that and I do not touch it after I've pressed play and it's started to count, then everything goes well. As soon as I do anything else, it all goes down.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think we have the room invite up now, or maybe
Nice.
not. Very soon. Very soon. Just we only have about 5 minutes to go. Once again, 7-star versus Ganteli, and what to expect? To sum up in a few words, 7-star expect they're out of the box thinking. Zombie or Ganteli expect their cap play. Oh,
Smoke alarm is going off. I'll be right back.
Oh, that's
There's
Nothing
Someone's-
going on. Someone is cooking.
Oh, that doesn't sound
Someone just overcooked a bit.
burnt their.
Wow,
roast.
Dragon Creek, how are you still sitting in the middle camping? Can't believe it.
Mhm.
I might make it a bit close for the room. I'll try. Is it open yet, Jack?
What is open? I mean, the room is up.
The room.
Yeah,
What
it's
does the
up.
timer say?
4 minutes.
Alright.
Marcel asked, why am I hiding the map? The one that has red land. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not hiding anything.
Maybe the minimap?
I'm not
With the
hiding the
webcam?
mini map. I'm not hiding the mini map. No. So yeah. So looking at 7-star versus Ganteli, we have a few people here. Blessed Days, Nikkei's. There are 2 Gantelis. One of them is Ganteli Pix, and another one's Ganteli Downhill. Which hopefully I got them. Where it's Lorbin Elisa and Negabator Bullets. Panacea and Yunata. Why not Yonaka? On a subs bench, I think Yonaka is quickly becoming one of my most favorite bands in the UK. So,
Jack, let's stay on topic.
yeah, I know, I like to digress, but anyway, Mercy still showing up. Anyway.
Oh,
That'd be
they
interesting.
just said
Mercy
they're
not here.
burning bacon. How could they? Not the bacon. Not like I've ever had bacon, so I don't know. I just offended all the Americans, but you know.
No,
Decided.
but you don't need to sacrifice anything for keys. The stream went dark first. Oh, maybe someone did get my reference to that, which was end of a recent event, but let's not go into that anyway.
My house is not on fire. I'm all good.
Not yet.
Okay.
Well,
They
there
What
you
about
burnt
the house next
bacon.
door?
Like, honestly.
The heat is getting higher.
Such a sin. Such a
Someone
sin.
just said, "Are
I
we
feel
gonna
like-
get anything from watching this?" Well, not on YouTube.
I feel
Wait.
like I'm on fire.
It smells delicious here, but, like, honestly, I know it's bacon because of that.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh dear.
Well, hopefully I can pronounce the player for 50B Bali, and then Bali Seacon.
Jack, time. Give me.
What time? 2 minutes
How much
left.
do I have? Okay, the replay's a minute left.
Right. So, well, so Ganteli, we have Ganteli. As we
Before
said
you do
before,
that, Fujit. Is Fujit here?
I am.
Can you give another quick rundown of how to get the rewards? Because some people in my chat are asking again.
Yeah,
Speedrun
right, guys. Let's start at the top. Firstly, there are only two types of rewards that you're going to get for today's stream. You're going to get Super Cups and you're going to get Flames. The Super Cups you will get up to 80 if you watch the entire stream, which is 2 hours. And they tick over 20 Super Cups every 30 minutes. Flames, you can get 20, and they tick over every 30 minutes, 5 at a time. So again, you're only going to get the full amount if you watch the entire stream, the full 2 hours. To watch that, you need to go and watch it via the portal. All the links for the portals via the World of Tanks Blitz official website are listed. Go in there, log in with your in-game name, and keep that portal open. Make sure you've got your cookies enabled. If your cookies are not enabled, you'll get a green screen, and nobody likes a grey screen. Simple as that. You will not
Okay.
get the rewards until the end of the stream, so don't ask. And you don't get keys, so don't ask for that either.
Okay, quickly now going into 7-star. They're going to be taking quadruple 60 TPs, a Gorilla, an IS-7, and the Vickers Light driven by
I got it.
Josh.
I got it. 20
Sound,
seconds.
Ganteli, on the other hand, going for triple IS-7s, double 50Bs, and double Vickers Lights, which is kind of surprising. But let's see what Ganteli's going to do with double Vickers Light.
I mean, we see a grill. I'm already impressed by that. We haven't seen a TD yet.
I mean,
Yet.
Canal is not a map that doesn't favor TD. We do see from time to time, especially Gorilla, because of the northwestern corner where you can kind of camp there and not get spotted still. We know the Gorilla, the camera rating is not high, but that corner right there, it's kind of common to see a Gorilla, to be honest with you.
See the grill moving though. He's not going to go into corner. Might we see an A play here? They might be expecting Ganteli to also play over the top side here. But look at Slovina here. Very aggressive.
Yeah, but also Pasha in that Vickers Light, going for a lot of spots on 7-star at the start. And already a lot of tanks of 7-stars have been spotted, and Ganteli probably has a lot of idea
Dark
of the movement of
exclusive.
7-star.
Gonna take a shot.
Yep, and also Ganteli got C here, and they got it relatively uncontested, unlike other servers where if you go for C, you will get heavily reset, but Trophies also gets heavily smacked from 7-star here, and 7-star has a substantial hit point pool lead now.
It was a very optimistic snapshot from Nick Ace here. On third, or well, whatever it is, a rotation. I didn't quite manage to get the shot into the 60, into the I-7 actually. But 7-star here applied a lot of pressure early on, but they've given up a lot of the map, especially their own spawn.
And also we are seeing 7-star not dropping any single hit points here. I think that will bode them well for the rotation later on. And we are talking about 6 cap points. No, it's 6 cap points per 2 seconds. So if 7-star must absolutely make a move at 800 cap points, so we're still talking about more than a minute to go. So 7-star can absolutely use the available time to chip away enough hit points of zombies so that they have a good rush.
Yeah, something interesting to mention. Nick Ace currently, he has the right idea. He's blind shooting these bushes. Oh, he nearly hit Pashta. just in front of him in the ground there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Oh,
we can mention 7-star,
Vinograd.
3,000
Oh!
HP.
No, the gaze bounced on the Vinograd. I mean, that was a huge opportunity because Vinograd was spotted and Nick Case was pretty much having his gun onto Vinograd. That didn't hit. That was kind of hurtful.
But yeah, like you mentioned, cap points are very, very important on this map. So even if 7-star is 3,000 HP ahead, it might not be all that important unless, of course, it goes to that final brawl, which it is likely to.
But it gives you the breathing space anyhow for that rotation, and we are seeing Bali taking a big hit in the 50B, and already getting taken out by Daniel. And it's now 7-6, and Ganteli seems to have trouble holding. And now 7-star has the cap lead because they killed the tank.
Yeah, they have a huge cap lead, also putting pressure on C now.
Oh, we're also seeing a push here. 7-star looking for Vinograd and also Dark exclusive. This could go really so for Ganteli here, but there's a bounce from Slovenia Lisa.
Oh, depends. Need to happen here. The I7 dodging quite a lot. B and C are being interrupted, but Dark exclusive. He just lost all of his hit points immediately here.
Just like alcohol, evaporated almost instantly. And Blessed is trying to get C, and Vinograd. Oh my god! Ganteli Daniel with an ammo rack here.
Yeah, he had his ammo rack previously damaged.
Oh
and
my
someone
gosh.
was like, how about we snap that? But it's not gonna make a huge difference here. It might be a bit of a mental hit for him there. But 7-star is looking to pick up this victory here.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of... that was the second ammo rack we saw tonight. But it would not affect 7-star anyway, because they have the caps, they have the cap lead, and they also have a lot of hit points, and they are winning with 1,000 cap
Hush,
points.
there's full HP, by the way.
Oh, wow. And here we go, 7-star, 5 times doing more in 2k. Even Daniel gets killed by the Namorak, almost did 2,000 damage. Oh, meanwhile, Ganteli looked very leaky in that defensive setup. Only 2 tanks doing more in 2k. So what do you think?
I thought that was a great game, honestly. Just in general, the way this is played, it is pretty standard, but it's like it's the Canal standard, but just more aggression. And Canal generally is a very exciting map, probably the most interesting because of the way that it's laid out, the way the teams play it. And adding the CIS aggression to that just makes it so much more interesting. I especially loved the blind shots that Nick Ace did and how close he was to hitting Push to it.
And also that IS7, he bounced that shot. That was not going to change the game anyway, but it was... yeah, it could have done a lot of damage.
Yeah, but it was a bit of a slow start, I would say. Both these teams not too eager to rush in quite yet. They both took their time. But that is just Canal for you. So maybe we're going to see some more aggression, because look at that triple 50B here from Ganteli.
Yeah, a bit disappointing from Ganteli's side, to be honest, from the last game. They had advantage, the cap advantage, but they weren't holding well. I mean, I've seen teams holding better in that area. So interesting to see what they're going to do in the next one. They might do something completely different. And 7-star, yeah, going with 3 mediums of lights and mobility is the key word for CIS server.
Yep. But let's see how these teams will play. Are we gonna see another box standard rotation? Or are we gonna see something entirely different here? Is what I am most interested in, actually. Hit point difference is a bit noticeable, 1,700.
Yeah, that is because 7-star took 2 mediums here, 250 E50M. I think that is the main difference here. But we could see 7-star making a huge push onto B here. Ganteli, are they ready for this?
Oh, Trollface here might be in trouble, but not overcommitting just yet. Oh, Pash there! He got tracked over there. Half his hit points just gone instantly.
Yeah, and now they are trying to get A relatively safely, and 4 incoming. And I think it's like trying to go up there rich, but couldn't quite do so. And we could see 7-star holding back a little bit. The cap is going to go in favor of Ganteli. Hit points now quite even, Stevens.
I'd like to mention as well the 50 BC of Ganteli, Dark exclusive now. Both of them were just sitting there, probably hoping for the Vickers to push in, but Ufbenja not gonna be doing that just yet. Has been able to see one of them and got punished as well. So positioning is not that good for Ganteli right now.
Yeah, credits to 7-star here. They were able to chip away hit points of Ganteli, and also they are putting more and more pressure to Ganteli. Seems Ganteli does not have lots of room to breathe. If 7-star could maintain this pressure, it doesn't matter that they are under a cap disadvantage. They just need to keep on chipping away hit points of Ganteli, which doesn't seem to be the case at the moment because Lobina Lisa gets hit by the 50Bs.
Yeah, that E50M down there is really stuck and cannot leave at all, because whatever approach they try to take, they will get punished for it quite severely. As we have the other E50M more on the back burner here. Doesn't do too much of a showing yet, just trying to give Fi support. But
yep, and sorry.
no, the very Dark exclusive here again. He just can't get out of that position anymore since he put himself there. Just stuck with the 50, and that's basically a tank completely out of the picture here, because he's not going to be able to do anything from there.
Yep, and incoming trying to use this was an interesting position that incoming has taken at the moment. Trying to get more spots of 7-star. Actually try to trap the 60 TP, so I do see what Ganteli is trying to achieve here. And they're still quite close in terms of cap hit points, and as well they also have the cap advantage. 7-star, their initial pressure towards Ganteli took it quite well.
Indeed, they did. Not overcommitting, not rushing anything either, but like you mentioned, they took quite a beating, but they have HP advantage now, even if just slight. And the cap points are also still there.
Yep.
But
I mean,
again, that 50B down there, it's gonna hurt.
I mean, Ganteli is pretty much like hot, like ants near the side of the hot pot, and it's still anyone's game, to be honest. I think 7-star, they just needed good rotation, and we could see Ufbin Josh and Ganteli picks looking to shut Dark exclusive out of the game. I think they can do it.
That is very aggressive, and that 50B doesn't really have support. Of course, they do have the other one, but it's absolutely not going to be enough, and 7-star's just going to pincer the rest of the tanks now, once they've been able to take care of this 50B.
There we go. The 50B is now dead. It's now 1 versus 2. Bally still very healthy. That was an important kill to Pasture here. Ganteli with more hit points here. It's now 6 versus 6. They still have the hit point, the cap point advantage, and incoming coming from behind, looking to get Slovenia Lisa out of the way. This has descended into pandemonium.
Yeah, we have a very important fight here in the middle right now. Ganteli with that 60 TP very low. Vinograd as well is low, and Forever Noob as well. This is not decided yet. We just need some kills right now. The hit points don't matter all that much.
Yep, and if Ganteli gets another kill here, and if Vinograd can stay alive for long enough... Oh, that was an important kill to Bally! And it's now 4 versus 4. 1 kill. Zombie, all they need is one kill.
Yeah, if Trollface could high roll here on the 60 TP, there is a chance, and he gets it!
Oh.
He got the high roll he needed.
Yeah, but even if they could not kill the tank out of the way, the cap points have already reached 1,000, so what?
Well, that's because he got the kill too.
I mean, yeah, but it was like 996 cap points when the kill happened, so even if they can't kill, it's still a win.
He could have died, you know.
I mean, I don't think they are one-shots, not from what I was
Well,
aware
he was.
Is it?
He was on like less than 50 hit points, yes.
Aye. But here we go, Zombie, 3 tanks through more than 2k, and they absorb the pressure of 7-star really nicely. 3 tanks through more than 3k for 7-star. I mean, Zombie, I think that reminds me of Endgame in some way.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
They really could have lost this game though.
Yeah.
With those 50 Bs, they really they just were out of place. That's what I think. Of course, 7-star did make the right push, get that isolated tank, get that point advantage. They probably didn't expect that second 50 to be back there. I mean, why would you? But it just did not pan out for them at all.
I think the middle area is what my stream was missing. I'm not sure about your stream if you had a better idea of what happened when that push came onto the PvPs and what happened to the middle, basically. I think that everything boils down to that middle area. And it was kind of a dog dinner, to be honest with you. It could have gone either which way. And, I mean, we went down to pretty much the last few seconds of the game. Whichever team kills the tanks more quickly win this, and it went to ganteli in the end.
Yeah,
It could have gone to 7-star easily as well.
that is very true. But we move to the next map. It's tied 1-1 as we see Mayan ruins here. And we have some tanks we haven't seen today, or in general, for quite some time.
268. I don't think I've seen that on the CIS server. We do see Projector on the CIS server though.
We also
Although we
have
don't
a
see...
mouse
Yep.
from Zombie here, from Ganteli. Not seen too much use recently, especially since the HP decrease. The VK90 more or less taking its place, but we'll see how they are able to make use of it here.
And here we go, Zombie, the Ganteli. I just have to get used to calling the team names here. With a lot more hit points, and 7-star, I think the main reason they took a 268 and the Projector. But, you know, 7-star are no strangers to hit point pool deficit.
I think it's more just the types of guns these two tanks have. The 268 brings great penetration values and fantastic alpha damage on the table, whilst that Progetto, having that auto reloader in general, is always a thing you would like to have. And 7-star is really aggressive here on that B push.
Yeah. Yep, we could see 7-star really getting the positions. We could also see Trophies being a bit under trouble here, but will Ganteli make a move to counter that?
I think incoming there, got a bounce on his booty. That 60 TP there with his buffed alpha damage really got unfortunate there. But 7-star deciding to be aggressive around the temple here.
Oh, Ganteli picks big shot into Bali here. Pashta, I believe it's Pashok as well. Great shot into Ganteli picks and will be caught up by Uvbijaj and the Projecto. Second shot to Pashta.
Good track shot.
Yep, and Ganteli picks needed that shot. It was a bounce, sadly.
Yeah, hit points as well. Currently 2,000 in the lead here
Zombie.
for Ganteli.
Ganteli making a move on B now. Nikkei's heavily trapped and also Slobby and Lisa, both of them trying to get out of this situation as quickly as they could, trying to get Trophies out of the fight. Slobby and Lisa probably could get out of the way safely.
Yeah, Nikkei is gonna take another one here. There goes Negabator. The first one out here for this game. But a lot of tanks are low HP here, but Ganteli just has a massive amount of hit points. That they are ahead here. And it's really making a showing in the end game.
Yeah, it's going to be 5 of the 6. And I think 7-star, they are very unconsolidated right now. Their tanks spread everywhere. Trophies now very, very low. But that actually shell didn't quite kill Trophies. And Ganteli Daniel is now killed. It's now 4 versus 5 here. Blessed Day is going to be the next focus for Ganteli.
There
Nikkei
goes
is
the
now
first
dead.
one shot. Slobby now also one shot Pashta here. Gets it as well. Fantastic pickup. And with 2 tanks left here, Ganteli is gonna take the lead for this matchup.
Yep, that was a big shot into incoming just in time. Uvbijaj, can he carry the entire 7-star team here? We can follow Uvbijaj here. Incoming! Will
I think he'd
deny
need
that.
a chiropractician and a really good one if he had one.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what a match it was!
Yeah.
7-star, 2 tanks doing more than 2, 3 tanks doing more than 2k. Ganteli, 5 tanks doing more than 2k.
Well, it's basically all of them 2k. If you
Almost,
are
yeah, that
generous.
is impressive. That means every single tank of Ganteli is important. And we don't see that often.
Very good damage spread here from them, yeah.
Yeah. And I rather see teams having a quite equal spread of damage like we saw on Ganteli, rather than, you know, a particular player doing loads and loads of damage. And you know that team is good when the damage spread's quite equal.
I think 7-star here got a little bit disjointed throughout the middle of the fight. Very spread out. Some in the temple, some in the middle, some on the outer middle, let's call it that, where generally most of the fight happens, usually. So very split. Not a lot of connections that they had, whilst Ganteli here was really put together, and the focus fire just put them ahead of their competitor here.
And I really like their move down in the middle here on B. That really caught those IS7s off guard, and 7-star I think was quite flustered after seeing that. And 7-star look like they are kind of like Gucci team. They were failing to regroup themselves. Ganteli seems to be better with their decision making. I mean, they are a lot more decisive. I don't know. I feel a bit worried for 7-star now, but it's still like quite close. It's 1-2. Anything can still happen. It all depends on the next match. All 7-star needs to forget about what happened in the last two.
And with that, we have our lineups ready as the match is about to begin. We have triple 60 TP. We have double I7. We have a Yo, and a Vickers Light for Ganteli here. 7-star opting to go with quad 60 TP again, double 50B, and blessed in an IS7. Let's see if he will be blessed in this game.
Yeah, that's Seb 2 pro 60 TP across the board. We don't see that many 60 TPs previously, so quite interesting to see how that pans out. 7-star, as we are seeing here, going mostly to AB, and Ganteli blue team also going mostly to AB, so I think we could see a big fight coming in soon. Blessed Days going straight into B cap.
Yeah, and he didn't get spotted either here. Dark Exclusive very far backwards, did not want to get spotted on his approach, whilst the rest of Ganteli is at the temple.
Yeah. Oh, make sure it's a for incoming. Oh, that was a big miss from Daniel. It could have gone very bad for incoming had he received another shot from the 60 TP.
Yeah, exactly. He can be calling himself fortunate there that was not an HE either.
Yeah.
Because he would have lost a lot more hit points there.
Yeah, I do see from time to time CIS server that Vickers Light so aggressive at the start, lost so many hit points, and that rendered the tank pretty much useless for the entire match.
Good shot from Pixie, able to pick one right into Troll Face when he was peeking there on Blessed. Bit of an HP lead here from the beginning. Early damage is always important, and they have the cap. And another thing that is definitely worth mentioning is look how passive Zombie is. Look how much they are pushed back here. They aren't really in a position to make a move either, because they're quite far from any corners that they could push around from, especially those 60s.
Oh, I mean, Blessed is trying to blind fire. I mean, 7-star was kind of waiting. They don't need to make a move because they know they have the cap lead. They're just waiting for Ganteli to make a push, and it seems Ganteli is trying to get into A, and the full incoming spot up. Nick Ace dodges a potential shell from Nick Ace and will be getting A safely.
Daniel there taking some shots. Ganteli here just splashing some HE onto that 60 TP here, doing some minor damage. But we know they're taking a full one.
Oh, we could also see Blessed Days get a bit more aggressive in the IS7. 7-star.
He took another shot. He has to be careful.
7-star still piling pressure onto Ganteli here. Ganteli, even if they captured A, it's still not enough. They need to make a rotation somewhere. But 7-star are stacked up near A, so they can't rotate from there. This is why we're seeing Ganteli rotating out of A and inviting 7-star to maybe capture A, and I think this is going to put even more pressure onto Zombie Ganteli now.
Lest here. Punished for overstaying his welcome there from Forever. Dark Exclusive here has been more or less alone on this area for quite some time now. Is finally getting some company here. Trollface and joining him. 7-star taking back A. And unspotted as well.
Oh yeah, that's important. I think that is what we recognize 7-star about off. They have really good map awareness, and this is showing And they're going to pile even more cap pressure onto 7-star and into Ganteli. They can't pile
They're pushing in now as well. Ganteli here. Want to finish this. But they've lost a lot of hit points on the way here, especially Forever and Vinograd. Heavily punished. They left the Yo and Pashte all alone over there, who are just gonna get overrun at this point.
Yep.
And Zombie, basically doing what 7-star did last game. They just put themselves in terrible positions here. Split themselves up really hard. And unable to help each other like they should.
Yep, and we could see Boet's making an emerald rank again, but that was not going to change matters at all. 7-star 1,000 cap points and brought it back to 2-2. Well done to 7-star. That is more of the 7-star we know of.
That was a really strong game from 7-star. Not a lot of damage has been done, but that was quite something.
Yeah, we kind of, praised Ganteli too much last match with the damage numbers. This time, none of them did more than 2,000 damage. 7-star, 2 of them did more than 2,000 damage here. So, I think Ganteli, I think they had the right idea to rotate away from A, but that also gave 7-star information to push in onto A. Don't know what else Ganteli could do, because 7-star just capped Ganteli at bay with the cap points, and defended just really well. Like, it didn't look
actually agree with that. Because what 7-star did is they pressured. They pressured really good. They weren't all that aggressive, if you look at it from a normal standpoint. All they did is take important positions and not leave Ganteli any room. They didn't do it actively. They did it via passive playing and punishing mistakes like we saw in incoming in Navikas or Daniel, who pushed out too far. It's a slow chipping away at the mental state, and which especially forced Ganteli to make a play that they didn't want to, but that's exactly what 7-star was hoping for. At least that's what it looks like, and they just took absolute full advantage of that, eating them, winning on points as well. And we move to the next map.
Yeah, Naval Frontier. Looking at the lineup here, 7-star going with Uber Josh and the Vegas Light, double IS7, double 60 TP and VK, 90 and the E50M, with Ganteli going for triple 60 TP, double IS7, a Vegas Light and a 50B. And let's see what both teams going to do. Ganteli probably would need to go back to their usual, taking the cap lead at the start. That is what they are really good at. I think them not able to take the cap lead at the start last match kind of threw them off a little bit. Let's see now what they're going to do.
Yeah, 7-star here really slowly but surely able to just make Ganteli play a way that they're not comfortable with. Like you said, they're pretty good when it comes to those cap plays. Just securing points, playing around them and playing with them. But 7-star shot that down really, really well, actually.
Ooh,
and
not something that I would see often for Ufin Josh. That Vegas Light's quite an interesting position to take the spot tanks up of Ganteli, but it seems he could spot up for Revenue and Trollface, and 7-star will get B, although Ganteli got A earlier.
I'm pretty surprised though. Bless did not get spotted doing this push. Getting into B and now getting out. He just was seen by incoming, who was rotating around, meaning he did that play really well. He did get shot at the end here, but we already have Nick A's returning the hit points already. And now with C capped as well, again Ganteli is pressured on points.
Yeah, it seems Ganteli is trying to spearheading that push on to C, potentially trying to take out Nick A's and also Negabeta and Daniel. But 7-star has reinforcements. They know what Ganteli is trying to do. Can they hold well? That's the million-dollar question.
Look at Bless's position as well. That's actually quite an interesting one. Not used often!
Oh my!
That's full HP! Goodbye, Trollface. That must hurt.
That really hurts. I mean, I was trying to follow Ufin Josh in the 1v1. It seems Ufin Josh is winning that 1v1 fight, and it seems to have gone from bad to worse for Ganteli here. I think that's the 4th Emorak we are seeing tonight.
Yeah, they
what a
need to
night.
keep it together though now. They're still holding up on hit points really, really well. Now it's all about can they keep their mental state high? Because that absolutely hurts.
Uwe Josh winning that 1v1 fight, that was so important. I mean, you saw that Uwe Josh trampling onto the Vickers Light of full incoming. And 7 star with more hit points and more guns on the battlefield coming off a Bally as well. This is certainly 7 stars match.
Yeah, that was quite the Amarank. If that didn't happen, I think we could have seen quite a different game here.
Yeah.
But Ganteli wouldn't have pushed in otherwise, which actually turned out to be relatively successful. Of course, in the end, it doesn't win them the game, but that's 2,000 HP and a gun gone. Because otherwise, he would have just taken 600-700 and would have been fine afterwards.
That's just hurt. That just hurts so much.
Yeah. I really like how 7 star responded almost immediately to what Ganteli is trying to do. I mean, poor Trophies, 0 damage an egg here, but I mean, let's not focus on that Amarak here. Uwe Josh being Uwe Josh as always, that 1v1 fight against incoming, that was beautiful to watch, and
Actually
I mean,
missed that. So
yeah.
If you want to see that, his
It's on my
channel.
stream. Uwe Josh winning that fight was so important as well, freeing up that Vickers Light and getting A. I mean, that powered even more pressure for Ganteli. I mean, Ganteli tried their best not to have a lot of deficit from that Amarank, but that surely hurt them.
One thing I would like to mention is
I'm just gonna steal what you just said. Oofbenjaf being Oofbenjaf, now taking a Death Star. Not sure if he's gonna stick with that throughout the full minute that we're now waiting.
You
But
never
who
know.
knows?
It's CIS server. It's 7 star, as I said. 7
No,
star.
it's not CIS nor 7 star. It's Oofbenjaf that we're talking.
I know, but 7 star, they think outside of the box. It's this going to work very well for them or it backfire. They don't have the
Also-
perfect track record of thinking outside the box, so it could go very, very well, or it could go absolutely poof. So
we talk about unique picks though. There's a Kranvang. We haven't seen one of those today yet.
Yeah.
Trollface here
Yeah.
doesn't want to get Amarank anymore. That's not happening in the Kranvang.
Yeah. He's protesting. Doesn't want to take the T125. Doesn't want to take the IS7. Doesn't want to take the CCTP. Crown Wagons is a safer choice for him, so why not the M6Yo? That's also a tank that's not going to be Emiract often.
Well, it's not fully Amarank, but it loses it relatively regularly.
Right.
Which the Kranvang doesn't, because it's right in the back of the turret, and if the enemy's there, you're generally dead anyway. But let's see what these two can do. We have 7 star now on match. If they can finish it here, we're still not gonna see that tiebreaker map. But
Oh, yeah.
let's see what Ganteli can do. They've played relatively phenomenal today.
Yeah.
Especially being able to just keep up with that Amarank for so long.
Yeah, Ganteli just doesn't want to start losing their plots here after the Emiract. They need to recuperate. And we are now seeing Ganteli picks in the Vickers Light. This time not with Josh. Spotted up for incoming and not interesting spots here. This is pretty much what Uwe Josh took on the other side. So let's see. Interesting. Intriguing.
Last here, trying to make a B play again. Didn't quite work out for me, and Bally's already losing 1,000 hit points. Oh, he's losing more. That's down to half HP. And 7 star here, punishing as ever.
Oh, big shot onto Ganteli, Daniel. I didn't see that coming though. So now down to 1,524 hit points. I'm not sure why I'm saying the full number here. But Trophies on the top ahead. Ganteli picks a bit careless in the capture here. Great shot from Vinograd. Ganteli really throwing everything they could to deny 7 star a victory.
I'm gonna throw a Hail Mary out there, but I think Daniel actually took that 1,000 just from Pashte alone in an HE. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, and Ganteli still with a slight hit point advantage, and that can be very important in late game stages. Both teams can't get any caps. This is pretty much like Camstia or over the place. Both teams trying to prevent one another from getting a cap. And we still have around 5 minutes and 30 seconds left, and we don't see that to happen all the time on CIS server. I don't know, we need to do a tour guide on Neighbor Frontier.
Oh, ganteli here, moving up their 60s. I haven't seen the 183 do anything yet, but Slovenia here gonna be the first one to contest the cap.
Yeah, we are seeing Pashta and also Forever Noob pushing up in the double 60 TPs. Pretty similar to what I see with E7 with the 50Bs, but they are just going immediately, not staying there. Forever Noob trying to get a good space. And we're not took too many hits here. Nikkei is still there, but quite dangerous, I would say. He's quite alone, so I'm not sure if Ganteli is trying to get Nikkei out of the way, but also Ufbin Josh and Boat's trying to stop the 50 TPs from rushing, but I don't think that will stop now.
More damage coming in. Forever here tracked down to a one-shot. Pasha there sticking to his side to keep him alive. But the rest of the team is just losing hit points on all areas right now. And Forever here should arguably help on Daniel.
Yeah, Forever Noob, big shot onto the backside of Nikkei. That's a shot that I didn't expect, but it makes a lot of sense because Nikkei is showing the backside. You really want that juicy backside, don't you? And Dark Exclusive is going to be next focus for 7-star. He can tell you Daniel, almost fully reloaded, will be able to put some shells onto Pashta. Hit points still neck and neck. Pashta almost fully reloaded, but Daniel is going for an tank instead. Oh, will be killed.
Hit points are still relatively doable here on both sides. Blessed is gonna lose that fight on A, that's already more or less decided at this point, and incoming here, a chance against Pigs. Able to get the early one. Ooh, but Pashta helping from up top there, what a snipe indeed.
Yeah, two tanks taken out immediately from 7-star. Now Ganteli will get A. I think the entire situation is now in disarray. Oh, big shot to Ufbin Josh.
Can he make it happen? He's aiming. He's waiting. He doesn't.
No.
Gets shut down before he can fire. And now it's a 3v4. Negates a one-shot. Nagabeta down to a 2-shot.
Has to penetrate. He gets it. And B will be captured by Vinegar potentially, but Slovenia is still very healthy. But I don't know why he didn't quite help the, help aid the team.
Busy with the Kranwagen actually, so...
Oh really?
Good points to that for Trollface here. This time not dying early. Vinograd, he's really trying to get a shot in, doesn't get it.
Yeah, Pasha landing an important shell here. 2 versus 2. More hit points. 4.
Look at that shot incoming here. Picks up Nikkei's. And Slovenia up on hit points, but does that matter when there's 2 caps against you?
Yeah, it's all about Slovenia Lisa here. Can he kill off a Pashta? Or maybe you will go for C.
Pashta should be defending C. Incoming should arguably be going for B here. Whilst that VK is distracted. Because he's gonna stop C from happening. But
I think Incoming doesn't want to telegraph the position, but now he's spotted, so he can go for B, obviously. But Pasha holding off Slovenia Lisa. This is important. Ganteli still have the caps. They will get B, and that will pile even more pressure. Pasha, all he needs to do.
I don't think there's a way for 7-star to win this here. This will just be our tiebreaker. We're gonna get it.
Yeah, it was a true. It was. The entire situation was truly in turmoil, and I mean, I really can't say which one is in the advantage, which one is not, because it's so chaotic, it's anarchic, and you don't know what's going to happen. It's really all down to taking out the important tanks, and Ganteli did it, and that's why they won.
Yeah, that was a really fantastic game, though, especially the rotations all around. Were made really well from both teams. I was fearing an Amarak actually, but we didn't get one, and I think Ufbinja's tank pick might have played a part here.
Backfired, probably, I think.
I do believe that it did backfire.
Yeah.
And we're moving to Yukon. It's tiebreaker time.
We love tiebreakers, do we? Don't we?
Oh, we do.
Mean, Yeah, we always love to see some tiebreaker games. Yukon, quadruple 60 TVs for 7-star team by Ufijos, Blessed Days, Pex and Daniel. We also see double I7 by Slovina Lisa and Negabator Boets. Nikkei is in the bad chat on the other side, Ganteli, with double M60 by Pashta and Vinograd. Vickers Light by Incoming, double E100s. I don't think we saw double E100s earlier.
I don't think we saw an E100 in general.
Really? And Trophase, Bali in the I7. Don't know what to expect. Tiebreaker, Yukon.
Gonna be great. Let's call it that.
I don't
Yeah.
even want to make a prediction. I just want to see this game happen.
Yeah, I think people are now complaining about Amarax. They have seen enough. They are going to, they don't want to see any more Amarax.
We've seen enough. We're satisfied. Let's move on.
We've shouted loud enough. We don't want to have our voice removed tomorrow.
We still need that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. We have 2 light tanks for both teams, so information gathering is the main game here. And Yukon, one of those rare maps with 4 cap points, like Canal that we had earlier. Gonna make it even more important to play for those bases, to defend them, shut them down, or to just get them in general.
Yeah. So let's say about this. I don't know. It's either which way. Ganteli versus 7-star, or the other way round. I don't care. Red team, they're going for CNA. On the other hand, the blue team from North Spawn also going for A and B. So we could see a big brawl happening around A, or maybe not. I don't know. Let's look at incoming in that Vickers Light. Spotting quite passively in that bush here, but 7-star is not going to send any tank there at all.
Nick is here rotating back, going towards the team.
But Ganteli, they did what they like the best, getting the cap lead on B, and 7-star.
I'm surprised C is not yet taken. Blessed here,
Yeah.
hesitant.
Yeah, I think it's part of the plan, probably. They want to kind of, throw Ganteli off guard, and they are now taking C. They know that they will have 2 caps, so they just going to take C later.
I think the plan is now D for incoming.
Yep.
He's gonna be getting that base.
Yep, so don't think 7-star, I don't think them getting C later, I don't think that plan kind of worked in their favor.
Yeah, not quite. I think they wanted to get that a little earlier. Might have been just not sure where the light tank was. Fearing a reset potentially here.
Yeah, but we would never know. We are not like the regular tournament players, so we don't know what's in their minds of 7-star. So let it be that now.
Until here also stacking up their heavy tanks around B. 7-star rotating, potentially trying to grab D here away from Ganteli.
I mean,
But
D.
we have incoming here.
Yeah, Nikkei is, I think, the responsibilities on Nikkei is great spot here. Himself is spotted, but he knows that he doesn't have a lot of support, so he has to play it really carefully, and he knows this.
Yeah, I'm
Meanwhile,
wondering if Ganteli might rotate around here, seeing Nick Ace flopping about. Because the rest of 7-star is moving. You see those 60s. They're planning for the middle. They are in progress of their final push here. Slovina not seen. That is huge.
Dear. I think incoming might be in deep trouble here. He might receive reinforcements for Pashta, potentially Trophase and Bali. But Slovina Lisa trying to brawl with incoming. Ratio to Nikkei.
Slovina missed the shot as well, so incoming is gonna get somewhat away here. Might take 1 though. Ufijos, she's caught out absolutely hard. That's what Ganteli was stacking up for. And now it's just about focus fire. Can they make it work?
Yeah, they need to take out Ufijos as soon as they could, and they did.
Incoming here, very low. He lost his Amarek, lost the driver.
Big
He's just
for
dead to be looking good. As the rest of the team has to start doing some damage here. But look at the points as well. D's getting stolen. And 7-star looking to potentially just win this by points.
Ooh, great focus onto Dark exclusive as well. I really didn't expect that to happen like that. You have to give a little credit to 7-star here. They're trying to take out Dark exclusive as we are seeing bullets. Oh, forever Noob is dead. Trove is now dead.
Daniel and Blessed here, they both need to go down for Ganteli to have a chance. Incoming also dropping here, the points are getting closer. D back into Ganteli's favor, but we're gonna lose Dark exclusive here.
Here we go, so Lobina is going to kill a Dark exclusive.
He gets another shot out though.
Yeah, and 7-star, they're going to get B as well. That will put them 3 caps. Ganteli losing more and more hit points, although they are still quite close. 4 versus 3.
900 points, 3 caps.
Yeah.
We need some kills, Ganteli, but it's not happening.
No.
We're gonna lose Pashti instead.
7-star.
And what a great final.
Yeah, that is some high, top-notch stuff. I was so worried about 7-star when Uthman Josh in that 62P got hit by a lot, and Ganteli knows the weak spots of 7-star is there. They pushed onto it, but for some reason 7-star regrouped very quickly. And also their line is just beyond D, so they were able to secure D quite quickly. And they still have 3 caps, so that meant that Ganteli needs to make a big push out in the open, and this is the great strategies we're seeing from 7-star. Some really amazing stuff. They pretty much, I would say, have that strategy on the fly, I think. I don't think that is part of the plan, but they really made it on the fly.
I really do think the main difference this game, this very last one, was the way that Ganteli got forced to push.
Yeah.
And the focus fire. My god, 7-star's focus fire was probably the best they had this entire matchup. In that last game. Full concentration, get this win, and they did. And they secured their spot for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we saw tanks losing so many hit points in a matter of seconds, and 7-star really, the focus fire was phenomenal. I mean, huge props to Ganteli though. They didn't put a foot wrong, to be honest with you. That push onto Uthman Josh was a good idea, actually, I would say. But I believe 7-star, how they recuperated so quickly and how they used the map to their advantage, the decap to their advantage, that is probably going to be in the history books, and I think they fairly deserved to be in tomorrow's upper bracket final.
Yeah, but now we have a great matchup ahead of ourselves for the lower brackets. Ganteli and Gucci Gang.
Yup, and it's time for Gucci Gang team to pick up themselves, but after seeing how strong Ganteli is, they would pretty much tell themselves they need to do better. They can't perform like they did against PinkTeam. This is going to be very important. We don't want to see another first placing team to go out tonight with regrets, especially when you perform so well during the season in the run-up for the Blitz CIS Cup, only to fail spectacularly at the last moment.
Now, hear me out. I don't mean this in the wrong way. Absolutely don't. But I think Ganteli is not necessarily a technical strong team. What they do have for themselves, and my god do they have a lot of it, is resilience. The way they're able to cling onto these games and make 7-star sweat their absolute socks off is what really impressed me on that team here. They played so well, even though they're probably out of these 4 the technical worst. They played some amazing games.
I wouldn't necessarily say so. I think Ganteli is still very amazing. I do know that a lot of them were from Mercy before, which is also an extremely capable team. And one thing surprises me the most for Ganteli is, it's like Pain, how well they dismantled 7-star here. They a couple of times they isolated tanks of 7-star. They prevented 7-star from regrouping. And in those matches where 7-star wasn't able to regroup themselves and spread in a lot of different positions, Ganteli was able to win them because they had numerical advantage. And it's going to be interesting. Pink versus, I mean, I would see how it will pan out if it's going to be Pink versus ganteli, to be honest with you.
I mean, first of all, we have Gucci Gang versus ganteli, and then also tomorrow, the very first game will be 7-star versus Pink. That will also be exciting.
Yep, and I'm not sure we're going to see more Amoraks here. I hope you won't get frightened by some of our screams. But yeah, I think I hope we don't miss any Amoraks.
I mean,
So
now
far
we
tonight.
have the good indicator telling us who died to an Amorak, so
Yep,
even if we miss it, we know something happened.
yep. And we also saw Amoraks that happen when the tank has very few hit points. Unlike
That is true
before,
indeed.
yeah, before you don't know if a tank gets Amorak when it's pretty much on a one shot. But now we
True
know.
troll face. Poor troll face.
Yeah, poor fella. And Ganteli versus Gucci Ganti. I'm not sure if both Eminet and Fidget have caught up yet.
Not,
But I'm sure
no,
they
it,
should.
it should have ended in.
We just have.
I think you all have a lot of things to say in this one.
It's interesting to see because it started just as aggressively as the first matchup, and then it sort of like slowed down. The games became more patient and more just
EU.
more tactical, more EU actually. Yeah. And it's interesting to see. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Oofpenjars. I love the way that he calls. It's so intuitive, and it's something that I always admire because it's just a pleasure to watch. And it's nice. Well, nice is not the right word, but it's nice to see him caught off guard as well. Like, it's not a landslide victory in any way. It went up pretty evenly, and it was still very aggressive gameplay, and still a lot depended on the focus fire and everything. But there were a few just like very clever games where also like the bases and the points and everything made all the difference as well, both ways.
Yep, and glad to see 7-star got their revenge though. I mean, last year they had to bow out on the first day. Tonight they won't.
Budget? Anything you got to share with us?
Absolutely. I mean, going back to what Aminet just said, which is it started off aggressively. One of the things I do like about we discussed this last year's Blitz Cup when we were doing CIS, is the way that these teams, and we've just seen it with 7-star, can change on a dime. They can go ultra aggressive and then sit back, not be passive as such, but they sit back and let the other team become aggressive and then punish them. And it's interesting to see that. And of course, we see a 183, which, welcome to the CIS server, they always throw in these strange things. And it was interesting. I mean, you guys said there that, oh, maybe it didn't work. Okay, Up in Charge didn't actually do a lot of damage. But that game was unbelievably close. It was unbelievably close. And at one stage, and you have to remember, obviously, I hear your commentary before I'm seeing the game. And at one stage, it sounded like, oh, well, you know, it's really out there in Zombie. And I'm calling them Zombie because a lot of people are saying on the stream they're getting confused. And I thought, wow, Zombie have walked this easily. But when I actually then got to see the game, Zombie, I mean, 7-star it was theirs to lose, realistically. In Zombie, I mean, 44 incoming did a fantastic game in that Vickers. Running around, getting those caps, absolutely really did help them there. And that was incredibly clever gameplay. And I just love that. And one of the, Vanillity Potens in the chat on Wild Ones Alpha stream said, finally we're seeing some, nail-biting games. And we are. I mean, these were fantastic games. And I know you said at the end there about, Zombie, technically, not this, not that, blah, blah, blah. Just want to point out, all these players are really, really experienced and strong at the tour level on RU. And they're not so clan orientated, is my understanding. A lot of them jump ships and move to other clans and create new clans and stuff. But the zombie guys, a lot of them, like 4444 incoming, etc., they're ex-Mercy, and these guys are incredibly experienced. So these were really close, tight games. Big congratulations to Seven Star. I mean, they really held it at the end there and really dominated that final map on Yukon. But that's not to take anything away from Zombie, because boy, did they play a good game throughout all of that.
Absolutely. But it's exactly that. I like that throughout the season, across the servers, there have been so many games where the score might not echo what we see in the games. And in this case, the score did, because we got a tiebreaker. But the first matchup is a good example of that as well, because the games were very close. And at this level of the game, I really like seeing those kind of close games, because it shows that these teams are not far off. There's not a team that is like super dominant on any server. It's just they all have a chance. That's just like, this is for the EU, but this is the first time ever on the EU where I can legit say I have no idea who's going to take it home. I have no idea about the Russian server either, but that's mainly because I've not seen them play. But I have no idea for the EU server, and I've followed them, the whole professionals, and that's awesome. That is the gameplay that I want to see when we get to this level, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, these, don't forget, because a lot of people on the stream do forget. These guys have worked really hard, getting through the Prove Your Skill tournaments, getting through the professional tournaments. They are the top four of their server, but it's not been, straight runnings for them all the way through. If you go back to the professional tours, it's a lot closer than you would think. And
Oh yeah.
What we're seeing here is, and I have to go all the way back to the beginning of the stream, and I say it on every single of these tour streams. It sometimes it looks like big mistakes are being made. They're actually they're not massive mistakes as such. They're just being punished massively by guys who really, really are at the top of the game, and it's a big thing. It's trying to see that. Oh, you could think, oh wow, on the second game on Canal, Seven Star seemed to be out of position and blah blah blah. If you ever look closely, they're actually not out of position. It's just a great move by Zombie. And go back to the first game on Canal. That push by Seven Star on the far side, on the far flank, is absolutely timed to perfection. That's not to say Zombie did anything wrong. They were in the right positions, they were doing the right thing. But when you're at this level of the gameplay, it all literally turns on one tiny little mistake. Is that turret turning slightly slower than it should have done? Are you just not hauled down enough? These things change the games at this level.
Yeah, I think this is really where you can say making what is it called again? Making an elephant out of a mice, whatever the hell it is.
Of a mosquito.
Yeah, a mosquito, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it fits really well with what you said, Fujit, because these small mistakes, which, in public games, in lower skilled tournament matches, they don't matter that much, like you said, and that's absolutely correct. But at this level, you just exploit whatever you can and whatever you make use of. And we've just seen that throughout this entire evening already.
I also want to add that we are now into this very prestigious stage. Let's put it this way, and it's unprecedented in how many people are watching the Blitz Cup this year. We are talking about thousands of people watching, and obviously the teams going into this stage, they might have some added pressure as well, and sometimes the mistakes you're seeing here could also be their nerves hitting them hard. And we could see some teams dealing with the stress better than the others, and that's also another important one. The psychology, it's something that we should not underestimate at this important stage. Obviously, teams like 7 Star, they are well equipped to play in a stressful situation, and they prosper. I think it's that's what they prosper in such situations. And interesting to see what Gucci Gang team and also ganteli is going to do in this one here. Both teams are very experienced. They have been in big situations before. Their game's been seen by tons of people. So obviously, this pressure for them might not be as big as some of the very new teams, but also very huge credits to a lot of credits to PinkTeam as well. This is their first time in the top 4 this year, and they dealt with this pressure really well. And I hope they could continue to evolve tomorrow.
No, it's a good point that you make, because they're only human. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I played the autumn season, the Prove Your Skill tour, all 4 Prove Your Skills on the EU server with my clan Vale. I play a lot of tournaments, quick tournaments, and this was really the first time I'd stepped up and did a proper sort of join in with the top players in my clan to do a tournament. And it's a completely different mindset that you have.
Yeah.
I'm playing with guys, around me who play at that level of the game. And even they get a little bit nervous. You tighten up that little bit more on the iPad or whatever you're playing on. And, your concentration levels are a lot more. And it doesn't matter how many games and how experienced you are, you're still going to have those little bit of, it's not nerves as such, but you're still going to be that little bit tighter. You're still going to be that, exactly. That's the word I'm looking for, the jitters. It's not nerves as such, but you do have these jitters because these are big games. There's a big prize it's big prizes up for grabs. And I said this recently. I know people say, oh, it's only like 50,000 per server. That's 4 servers. That's $200,000 across the board.
USD.
So, yeah. So and these guys are playing for real life cash. It is going to make you tighten up a little bit more.
And not just that, don't forget that it's also the fact that you're afraid to let your team down. Because it isn't just you. You're not playing for just your own gain. If it was just you, it wouldn't matter nearly as much because you'd only be letting yourself down. But they're your friends, they're your teammates, they're your clanmates, maybe your clan leader, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Could be anything. You've worked really hard, and it would really suck if they basically do not win this because of a mistake that you made. So
exactly.
That for me, I think, is the biggest pressure with this, with these kind of tournaments.
Yeah, it's a feeling of responsibility in that way.
Yeah.
Well, it is because when you go into these type of tournaments, the last thing bouncing one single shot can make a difference. Just one bounce can make a huge difference. And you absolutely feel mortified when you bounce a shot on a tank that is a one shot, for example, because you've given that tank the opportunity to hurt you or your team. And, these players, these pro players, I mean, they know where to hit and they know where to aim. And their reaction times and their ability to get those shots to pen is incredible. However, you will see them bounce on occasion, and sometimes those bounces can be a game changer. And it is mortifying because there's, you sit there and, as Amianet says, you think you've let everybody down. And it really is, mortifying when you're like that. And that's the jittery side. It's not nerves as in, oh my God, we're playing a game. It's just that little bit because sometimes, the other tank may just turn. Like, for example, you're facing a yo, and he may just turn his turret just slightly as you press the fire button and you see your shot winging off. And he could now be reloading his full clip and destroy one of your teammates. And you're playing catch up. And it's a killer.
Yeah. talking
Especially
about
since you have to. Sorry. Especially since you have to try and keep up your composure, because it's
Yeah.
not just one game you play. It's max 9, and if you because you're not just gonna make one mistake, or just one bounce. You're gonna make a multitude of small mistakes, but that mentality of shit, I keep fucking up is gonna build up on you, and being able to handle that is also very important.
Yeah, on the other side of things, we only have around 3 minutes until the room is up. So let's talk about the matches for the matches for the lower bracket first round. It's going to be Gucci Gang team versus Zombie very soon. And the last 5 matchups, because Zombie is still a relatively new team, 4 of their last matchups, 2 of them went to Gucci Gang team, the other 2 went to Ganteli. So it's basically evens. Although both the wins from Gucci Gang team came from their professional season, so that you might say they have the advantage with that, but also like both teams coming from a defeat, it's a totally different story. And as well, the most important thing, how do you get your rewards? And I'm sorry if you're actually trying to get rewards now, you probably won't get full rewards, but even if you want to get some rewards, and here are the instructions once again. So
run through them again.
Well, before I do, I just want to say I've been obviously working 2 chats and watching, and I've had the portal open on my iPad, and I got all the rewards. So it is working. The portal is working. I got all my rewards. They've not been credited to me yet because they won't get credited until after the stream's end. How do you get them? It's quite easy, guys. Firstly, you need to be watching via the official portal. The links are in the descriptions on both of the YouTube channels. You need to go there, pick your region. That's important. You have to go to your region, log in using your in-game name, go to the tournaments tab, make sure you've got cookies enabled, as you'll just see a grey screen, and keep that portal open. Simple. Simple as that.
Pause the stream if you don't understand what we're talking about. It should be quite self-explanatory again. Anyway, the room should be up quite soon. What do you expect to get to tomorrow's games? 3 of you, those 3 of you.
Now that's a loaded question. I honestly don't know.
Whoever wins.
Now that is a very good answer.
I know.
Don't forget, both these teams are in danger of going out. You're going to see them probably throw everything, including everybody else's kitchen sink, at these games.
I would say Gucci Gang team, they really need to step up. I think if they continue to perform like against Pink, I think they are in danger. But Ganteli, they just need to keep up in what they're doing against 7-Star. I think those games, I think they were just a bit unfortunate to lose against 7-Star. Not to say 7-Star didn't do bad, but Ganteli could also have won that. And it was very close. So I think Gucci Gang team, they need to show us what they're made of.
You know, I do think... sorry, go ahead first.
I only want to say that based on the gameplay that we've seen, I kind of want to see Gentili continue. Both these teams have made it to the top 4, so both these teams are epic, but purely based on the gameplay we've seen tonight, I think Gentili will bring us more exciting matches, because they're it's not just brawls, it's also the tactical thing. They're also thinking outside of the box, and they could have won against 7-Star as well.
Yeah. I mean, Ganteli is quite different in their approach to the games. Like, I think it's pretty much the only team that is really playing for caps. The other 3, less so, although they do still play a bit from time to time. But Ganteli, they provide something fresh for the server. Let's put it this way.
They're just taking that up again, the talk about the mentality. Now we do have to remember, both these teams, of course, are coming from a defeat. But the thing is, not only had Gucci Gang more time to deal with that and to prepare, but Ganteli also was losing in a tiebreaker. So I think it's gonna be important, like we mentioned, to keep your head in the game and to not let that disturb you for the upcoming match. Because Whoever loses goes home.
I think
Yeah.
it might also work in their favor, to be honest, because if it's a tiebreaker, you know it was very close. And that's something you can take home to the matches, as in, we might not have gotten that one, but we definitely will get this one.
That is also true.
Could also, I mean, Fat T could also come into play. I mean, they've played 7 long, grueling matches. Gucci Gang team has an entire hour to rest and prepare for the next one, so not sure if that's going to factor in to this game here.
It swings in roundabouts. I mean, you've got one team that, yes, they've had a rest, but they're also coming in cold. You've had another team that haven't had a rest, but they're still hot. And they were playing very hot against 7 Star. Let's not forget that. Are they going to be continuing that onward and upwards streak? So go either way. And I think Amunet's right. I mean, we've seen better gameplay at the moment from Zombie. I'm going to call them Zombie because people on the stream are getting confused. We've seen better gameplay, but have Gucci Gang gone back, worked out where they were not firing on the all 4 cylinders and corrected that? Because if they have, then we could see a completely different G game. We saw that on APAC last week with RN. Completely different RN. I mean, in one game they were like, oh wow, RN aren't really going to be doing much today. Then they go on and win it. So you never know.
That is very true.
Yeah. And I wish all the best for these 2 teams. So we're now
Absolutely.
on to Port Bay. And here we are seeing Gucci Gang team going for quadruple 60 TPs by Darktime, Capral, Nievni and Skilloid, double I7 by Yevgen Lox, Mark Silent, Crocodile, Kavanchik, and the E50M. On the other hand, Ganteli with triple M60Os by Pasture, Dark Exclusive, and Bally, double 60 TP by Forever Noob and Vinograd, and I7 by Trollface, and incoming in the biggest light. What do you expect?
Want to mention before we get to my expectations. I remember Amunet saying a very certain train of words earlier, and we're finally seeing it 3 hours in. That is, yo spam, and by spam I mean 3 tanks. But we haven't had that at all tonight.
No, only 2. I thought expected a lot
at
more.
max 2 yos, but now we have 3. Let's see what they're capable of here.
Considering Clippers would fit really well to CIS playstyle because you know you can unleash a lot of damage in a matter of seconds. So interesting. Yeah, I'm a bit astonished as well as to why we aren't seeing a lot of M60Os or even the 50B.
That is more surprising, actually, that we don't see a 50B immediately.
No. Like, 50B really good with the mobility, I mean, also the DPM as well. But, no, we don't see a lot of them.
And with that, let's
Except
enjoy
my
ourselves. Shut up. As we indulge ourselves into our last matchup of day 1 for the Blitz Cup CIS region. It is Gucci Gang versus Ganteli.
Yeah. Gucci Gang team on the blue team from the south spawn with Ganteli, red team from the north spawn. The reason why we are saying the team names is because that's what they are named after. But anyway, I digress. And we are seeing Ganteli looking to go for both A and B potentially. And we are seeing Gucci Gang team committing most of the forces over to C. We might see I don't think we're going to see a boost.
No, I don't think that's happening. We're just gonna see a straight up rush here from Crocodile. Getting into position. Incoming, however, has boosted himself up.
Oh yeah.
And
I did
now
completely
they're
miss that.
to defense C. Whilst A and B are already being ticking down. No defense either. Trollface can take this safely. No Amorek that needs to be feared. And A is absolutely shut off.
Oh, big shot into Bali here. It seems Ganteli's rotation's been spotted out. Gucci Gang team might have has this information that can be very important to their later positioning. And I don't know. They don't have the cap lead. Oh, Cabral takes a big hit as well.
Yeah, Dark Time here currently Going on a little bit of an adventure. He's trying to find an angle. He gets it! Troll face down to a potential one-shot here from Never mind, now he's definitely won. He got punished heavily here.
Yep, pummeled, melee, I don't think it's melee, it doesn't make any sense. Pummeled, let's say it's pummeled, demolished almost. Throwing in every single word I know.
Silent here. Oh, he gets it as well. Great shot here from the i7, and that's a really early kill here.
Right, I'm seeing by chat, someone needs to ask me to pass in their message. I don't know. Let's continue to focus on this one here. We could see Gucci Gang team pushing up even further. Forever Noob receives a big hit, and Gucci Gang team pressuring hard.
Yeah, I think Ganteli's a bit out of position. They're not quite sure what to do with themselves here. And Gucci Gang's just pushing, because, I mean, what else are they going to do here? They have got them surrounded.
Yep.
And they've got them absolutely hammered on the hit points as well. Forever here, minus 1900.
Taking a big fire as well. I mean, that's not something that is under the plans of Ganteli here. But with B now captured by Gucci Gang team, we're seeing Ganteli collapsing, pretty much imploding. Capral down to one shot, but I'm surprised how long he has survived here. Now he's dead. Pasha is also dead, but at the cost of 3 tanks, you know.
This game's absolutely decided. Probably, I don't want to say from the moment that Trollface died, but it was a very big hit to that team. That he died so early, and the thing is as well, generally if you lose a tank early, you're at least able to do some damage for it. There was no damage that could have been done at all to Gucci Gang here, whilst they were picking up that tank.
Incoming dead, Dark exclusive, got a big shot from behind from Niefli, and here we are. Gucci Gang team, well, this is a totally different Gucci Gang team we are seeing here. 5 tanks doing more than 2k. Ganteli, I think we are seeing the fatigue setting in, with 1 tank doing none, no damage, 2 tanks doing more than 2k. I think Ganteli, I think Gucci Gang team, their approach to the Temple was pretty much perfect.
Yeah. Lineup has changed now. See, E100s this time. Again, Ganteli the one taking it. And again, in double.
There we go. Yeah. Interested to see what both teams are going to offer, but I think is it the second time we're seeing tonight double E100 from Ganteli.
Is it just me, or did Gucci Gang not change their lineup?
I don't think they have changed anything at all. Crocodile is still in the E50M. I'm not sure what he's going to do this time, but if it works, why fix it?
Exactly.
Unless you want to surprise the enemy, you don't want to do the same thing twice, which there are disadvantages when you do the same thing twice. You're making yourself predictable, but let's not go in detail about that. And back on Port Bay, Ganteli, fatigue really. I think they've pretty much used a lot of their energy on the 7-star. They really need to pick that up on Gucci Gang team.
Yeah, Crocodile has changed to Vickers instead. More mobility, same alpha. Less DPM.
And less armor as well.
True. But yeah, quite a strong victory here from Gucci Gang. Very good opening. Now it depends on how both teams going to react to each other. They got warm to each other now with that first game. Generally decides the flow, since the early momentum goes to the winning team, which is, as of currently, Gucci Gang. And it is interesting to see if they are able to keep that or not.
It's only the first game as well, so do remember that it's not over. It's not over yet for Ganteli. They could absolutely make a comeback out of nowhere, maybe from the depths of the sea we're seeing on Port Bay. But anyway, let's not digress too much. Let's look at incoming in the Vickers Lights. Looking to get spots, but that was a very defensive run around near C. Gucci Gang team isn't even there yet.
Not yet, yeah. He's gonna see the first i7. Is he gonna see Mark though? He should, and he does indeed. Oh, both of them penned. Oh, wow. That was a crazy shot from incoming here. He had his hull turning and his turret at the same time. Crazy shot from him there on Mark.
Track shot. I think I would say Gucci Ganteam a bit unfortunate here. Could have bounced a few, I don't know, but I mean,
Oh,
all
look,
of these.
the Yos are pushed up.
But what I was trying to say was that those I think all of those shots penetrated into Mark's side while the ISMs are moving. So yeah, you have that factor as well. But Gucci Ganteam is not going to give up for now. They're trying their best to reduce the hit point pool deficit, and Yevgen locks us in a really aggressive position.
Yeah, those Yos here being a prime target right now for Gucci Gang with that 60
Skill
TP
Lloyd.
from the back and the Crocodile there and the Vickers.
Skill Lloyd could be the elephant in the room here. Very daring move here. I would say 4 against 4 tanks, but Ganteli really not paying attention. I think we'll land a big shell into past a devil number we're seeing for the damage number. And here we are, Gucci Ganteam.
Dark
having
Time
a
here
huge-
should be picked up here by Dark Exclusive. There we go, Trollface goes down as well. Hit points still favoring Ganteli here. And so are the guns.
Yep, but I think Ganteli. Oh, big bounce from nearly onto Doravan Noob here. I think also Mark Silent down by a fire. Ganteli, they isolated Gucci Ganteam really well in this one.
Yeah, I think one more important point as well is that incoming won that light tank duel against Crocodile, and by quite a bit as well, still has most of his hit points intact. And
Yeah.
we're gonna go tied for the first map here, 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1, and great comeback from Ganteli here. I think the shots onto the crossing ISM of Gucci Ganteam, which I forgot. I think that was Mark Silent. That threw Gucci Ganteam a bit off guard, and I think it's kind of the same problem as they had with against PinkTeam. They kind of spread out a little bit too much, such that they are unable to group themselves and try to coordinate with one another. And Ganteli knows very well they're able to prevent Gucci Ganteam to regroup. And look at Ganteli, 7 tanks do more than 2k. Impressive indeed.
Very good damage spread, yes.
Again,
And
that's
another unseen map today. Black Oval.
Yep, and let's hope we are not going to jinx Ganteli here after we did last time when praising their damage spread. Black Oval, it's a very open map, so I do think both teams want to have good results in this one.
Definitely. We have Gucci Gang here, a little bit more mobility, taking a E50 here, but a lot more armor as well. Zombie here just going with firepower instead. Will be interesting to see how these two lineups balance out each other. On Black Oval, because it can be played in a multitude of different ways.
Agree. So will Ganteli revert back to their bit more cap-oriented strats, or are we going to be seeing completely different stuff? But Gucci Ganteam, once again, they are falling victim of spreading up a bit too much, such that they are unable to support one another. We will see about Black Oval, but the openness of the map could reduce the chances of not supporting one another, so we don't know.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. No IS4 and no B defending Crown Round.
But IS4 has been deprecated ever since the birth of IS7. So great that we don't see a lot of IS4 now, because I really hated that tank in tournaments.
Yeah, right. We have Gucci Gang's Crocodile spotting C. Not sure if he can actually catch Ballast there. He just might. Yes, he does indeed. Might not see the Vickers here. No, he doesn't.
I mean, Kapanchik has done a great job in spotting Ganteli going into C. It seems both teams are trying to get the caps quickly than one another. Ganteli only having one tank despite barely being close to C. But we're also seeing Ganteli taking B as well.
Yeah, since the lineups change, tanks get reduced to not using. B is actually a wow, good shot. A pretty good option here since there's no Kranwagen to defend you.
Yeah.
E3s are generally not being used anymore, and an IS-4 is nothing you really see down here anymore. So it's a pretty safe thing to do actually, and for Ganteli to realize this quickly might show later in the game here.
I like how Kabanchik risked himself to reset B for the first time. Now Trophies getting absolutely smacked in the back from a Gucci Gang team. And I think go down anyway with EF landing that kill shot.
Maybe should have just stayed there instead, because now they've lost the tank and they lost B. But Gucci Gang is getting aggressive.
Yeah, look at how aggressive Newfney is positioned here. But he can farm a lot of tanks from this position for days. And we can keep on following Newfney for a bit longer. And Incoming's trying to address that issue. It's really an elephant in the room.
Oh, gosh, he lost a ton of hit points really quickly here. And Ganteli's just really heavily split. There's no focus fire that they can build up in any way because they're all over the place. But
Yeah, with that.
so is Gucci Gang, but they're able to focus these targets out.
Yeah, Dark exclusive being there. Oh, Forever New with the
That
with an ammo
full
right
HP. That was
tonight.
full HP.
Oh my gosh.
That was full HP on Forever
no.
Noob.
Final another ammo rack on Vinograd, but I mean
how
Vinograd.
much was that?
I don't
see
know.
that one.
I don't think that's a lot of hit points, but Newfney's now killed. 6th ammo rack tonight. I think we have to reflect to Wargaming, you know. Thank you for all the ammo racks, but I don't think Ganteli will be very happy about the 2 ammo racks they have tonight in the same match. I don't think any team will be happy.
Absolutely not. Especially Forever Noob here. He got dunked on full HP. Lost those hit points. Poor, poor man.
Gucci Gang team, 5 tanks doing 1 and 2k, Ganteli only 1 tank doing 1 and 2k, but anyway, ammo racks aside, I don't think they are the main reason why Gucci Gang team won. Gucci Gang team's positioning in this match was brilliant, especially where Newfney's positioned. Totally got Ganteli contained. I mean, from my perspective, as you are seeing, the M60Os are looking at the other way. So well done to Gucci Gang team, and even if those 2 ammo racks didn't happen, I think Gucci Gang team would still have it comfortably. And it's all about resilience here now. Ganteli really, I think 3 or 4 ammo racks for their side. How unfortunate it is to be.
But I mean, like you said, that E50 was very important. But I think what could have maybe turned this, if a Trollface didn't retreat, if he held his ground, and if he had more backup, I think that would have definitely changed it quite a bit. Because he didn't really have support, which is probably why he wanted to get out of there so fast. And because he had no support, his retreat was detrimental to the beginning of Gucci Gang's push, which then resulted in the absolute chaos that happened between Ganteli, which gave them the win.
I also like how Gucci Gang team expected Ganteli to get B, and they have a lot of, they showed that they have the experience dealing with that issue when the other team gets B on Black Goldville, and EF just vaporized when he tries to move back. Are we going to be seeing the same in this one though? I don't think EF can also want to do the same thing, and I don't think he's he's still playing. But anyway.
Oh, we see a cave move here from Gucci Gang this time. Full mayhem on A here with those heavy tanks. Crocodile spotting the city at the middle actually. Something we haven't seen a lot of recently with the light tanks here. Oh, look at those spots on the 60 back there. Those are huge.
Yeah. Mutsu asked me not to jinx clans, but you know, it's always nice to predict something. But anyway, let's not digress too much. C is going to be captured by incoming here, and Kabanchik is going to have a look at incoming, or maybe not. Once again, Ganteli will have the cap lead.
I think he decided to not go for C here, because the cap speeded up. I think he definitely caught that, so he knew that probably the most likely tank to be here is the E50 Pashte there, supporting that Vickers. Looking for some cross shots.
Yeah, and Gujigan team, this time, once again, starting off a bit slow, and Ganteli really like their cap lead, to be honest with you, but it seems, I don't know how well they're going to defend here. Kabanchik's definitely in all sorts of trouble, although he's not spotted, but Ganteli, oh, incoming great
wow.
shot there.
He
That
didn't
was a
even get
steal.
seen for that shot either. Now he did. Has seen the I7 though, and I think Ganteli absolutely has to realize that there's a rotation coming.
Oh, that's
What a
painful.
snipe there from Dark Time.
Yeah, the i7's really trying to show their dominance over to the seaside. I don't think you want to brawl with two mediums or lights here. They're running away desperately.
More snipes coming in. But those 60 TPs from Ganteli right now not doing all that much. Just now deciding to move up whilst Pashta here.
Getting double
Awesome.
tapped, but could have been killed. Some shots didn't quite connect. Landed just short of that tank. But we are also seeing Ganteli making a counter rotation, looking to get Capral out of the way. This is getting really tight.
Yeah, we're also losing the C cap here. B is in contention of being
Oh,
capped.
Capral's
As an
Amaranth!
Amaranth.
7th of tonight! What's going on? Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
And-
Nervny here in danger. Pushed a little too far up.
Right, I mean, this situation is in total disarray. I mean, we are all disoriented in what's happening right now. Nearly's trying to run away, but gets heavily smacked from behind.
Trollface also there, isolated, fighting the I7. Gonna need another clip to finish him off here. And Dark Exclusive trying to really get Nervny out. Gets another shot in, but doesn't quite kill him here.
Oh, big shot from Bali, but Yevgelos is now dead, with Nirny also dead. It's now 6 versus 4. Ganteli getting the upper hand here. Vinograd also now dead.
Because
Gujigan
it
team.
is really important here. Both are on a one shot. Who gets it?
Yup.
Oh, he misses the shot. Incoming, able to clear. And with that is gonna help the rest of the team clean up here. As Skilloid and Mark's Island, the last two standing. We're gonna get tied again. 2-2.
Yeah. Mark Silent looking to land that shot to Trollface. Great shot here, but it won't be enough. Ganteli getting 2 caps, more than 900 cap points. All they need to do is not have like 5 Amarex simultaneously. You know, you don't want to have double-digit numbers for the number of Amarex we're seeing tonight. But anyway, Ganteli's going to win.
I think getting over 0 was already more than enough. If we're looking at the player's perspective.
Let alone 7 tonight.
Let alone 7.
Yeah, I mean, this is even worse than, I think there is one EU stream, official stream, where we had like 6, was it? I don't know. This is mind-blowing. 7, and I think it will keep on counting, probably for tomorrow. Maybe also the CIS teams know how to destroy the Amarak, as you said, about the Amaraks. You know, their position is not random.
Someone just saying that he's watched the entire time and didn't know to watch on the website. I would say that's on you, my friend, since we had Fujit beautifully explaining it a multitude of times.
And also, you know, my stream explicitly having a slide saying how you can watch via the portal. You can only earn rewards via the portal, not on YouTube. I have to repeat that. If you haven't done it, do it quickly, because you would not get the full rewards now.
I mean, it's also the case of how do you think Wargaming knows your in-game name from YouTube, you know? I don't think that's gonna work all that much. So, kind of on you. But going back to the games, it's really intense right now. Look, the 50Bs are back.
Only one. Not enough. We need 2 or even 3. I mean, last week we saw like 3 50Bs on one team. Disappointing.
Yeah, but looking at the lineups in general, Gucci Gang here, triple 60 TP, double I7 Vickers, and Nervny in the 50B all alone. We have Ganteli here, also triple 60, double I7 Vickers. But instead of a 50, they want to have Pashte in a yo.
Alrighty. This time on Alpenstadt, as I usually say, the north side gives the advantage for the Caps, but we all know south side, they would just prevent the north side from getting the cap lead at the start. So I think that's what we're going to be expecting here. Ganteli will be happy that they are spawn. They have the north spawn for the first match.
Yeah, we have the light tanks both to the field, both passively starting here. Nothing too crazy. No overextension needed. The rest of the heavy tanks all towards the city. Look at Balis. Super aggressive into C. Gonna have to support as well, because the rest of Gucci Gang has just been seen now. Getting close to it.
Right. Bali might be in deep trouble here. Yevgen also Markside teaming up, trying to get Bali out of the way. Yevgen looks takes a side shots, but I do think Bali is in deep trouble.
I think if oh my god, that's a lot of damage on Skilloid, down to a one-shot here.
Ooh,
All that Ganteli needs to do is be aggressive here in the city, in the north.
On the other hand, Crocodile Kabanchik seems to be winning the fight against Incoming, but Incoming trying to delay as much as possible, with Markslayer now being killed by Bali. Bali's still alive for unbeknownst reasons, finally dead. Also Incoming, that's now 5 versus 5, 4 versus 5, Trophy's dead. Yup.
Hit points still even, but the guns are different. And the Vickers is now gonna be joining the fight. He's gonna be starting to do some big damage here.
Yep.
Nervny's still alive. He's gonna be able to get another clip out. That is not something you'd like to see.
Dark exclusive being the sorry focus from Gucci Gang team. Pastor trying to get Nervny out of the way. 2 more shells in his clip. It's going to put... Oh,
he gets it!
Nervny denying Pastor for the kill. And here we go. Gucci Gang team, they're looking at Forever Noob. The next tank they want to send to Garage. Finally, Finna Garage, the last person standing. Within 2 minutes, we know that the outcome of this match.
That was a crazy push.
Kabanchik with an unfortunate bounce. That won't change matters anyway. Vinograd down. And it's going to be 3-2 for Gucci Gang team.
What a great game though in general. I mean, look at that damage spread that Gucci Gang has. That is absolutely phenomenal, apart from Mark. And of course Skilloid, the 2 who got focused immediately. That is some really good numbers. And Gucci Gang now on match point.
I really like how Gucci Gang team absorbed that push from Ganteli here. It was nail-biting at best, like Ganteli really piling the pressure onto Gucci Gang team, but Gucci Gang team didn't seem phased at all, especially when they isolated Bali that was trying to capture the southeastern cap. I think it's a C cap, and also the fight, 1 versus 1 fight, the double Vickers, the Vickers Light fighting one another, winning that fight proved to be monumental for Gucci Gang team as well. And we're now back on Alpha shots. Let's see what they're going to do.
No lineup change for Gucci Gang, taking the exact same stuff. We have Ganteli though, 2 more Yos, 2 less 60s. Going for an Amorek less run here. But is that gonna be enough to stop match point from happening here? Is going to be the main question.
You need a tiebreaker. We'll see. We all want tiebreakers, but
No, I mean if Ganteli can stop the match point.
right. And Henchman saying they do love a nice pair of racks. Someone says that the Amaraks, this is good for wargaming to buff 60 TP Amarak. Do you agree with that?
It's nerf the model damage.
Just like with the T49 back then.
Right. Oh, also T110E5, I remember that tag was so easily Amaraked back in the days, but now it was changed, modified.
No, it's dethroned, Jack. It's
Dethroned.
dethroned. Yes. Because now the 60 TP exists.
Okay.
Regardless of that,
So it was power creeped.
we have a great game ahead of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially the last one. Potentially not.
Here we go, Ganteli here, red team looking to go for B and C, the Gucci Gang team, blue team this time also committing their forces over to C. We could see a big brawl coming here. I do need to revise all the terms related to chaos.
Oh, look at that. Ganteli here. Quite a showing on B, actually. Oh, Skilloid here with the side open. Doesn't take any damage there. Got very fortunate with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the saying here, the sound of thunder is loud, but the precipitation is not heavy, so it's the same thing we're seeing here. Both teams roaring with their shots, but we don't see a lot of hit points dropped for both sides.
Yeah, early damage here is in favor of Ganteli, though. Got some really good shots into those IS-7s, and also Dark Time. Overextending just a slight amount. Because now seeing each other. Ooh.
Ooh, Kabanchik a bit careless with that move up top. Has to be really careful that 1v1 fights. You do not want to play catch up.
Making a showing on B here, pushing Trollface away, and look at that.
Ganteli piling the pressure, but they are also losing hit points.
Yo, pushing the 50B out. Gets the first shot in. Bounces the second, however.
Ganteli is like, just restless, you know. We are defending nicely. I mean, Ganteli is not in a hurry to rotate because still, big shots for
the hit points though. Ganteli able to keep it up even if they do drop a gun here. But that also means that they're spreading their damage maybe a little bit too much. Because Crocodile and Nervny now join up with the rest of the team, 44 still away. And Trollface not able to use his hit points effectively.
This is about focus fire right now. Gucci Gang team really getting the focus fire, and Yevka lost task to kill off Pasha, you know. Skill not going for Pasha, going for Bali instead. This is what we call a sophisticated focus fire from Gucci Gang team.
Still alive. Bali, he needs to pick him up. Finally, he goes down. He lived for way too long there. He should have not survived all that much. And the Vickers here. 44. Winning that.
Yeah, all eyes onto Yevgelos, looking to land a shot onto Bali. Skilloid trying to work in tandem with Dark Exclusive, but Yevgelos is down to one shot. Incoming! Important bounce from Yevgelos, able to put Nasha onto Dark Exclusive. Hit points still neck and neck, but Ganteli with more guns on the battlefield. Now it's now 2 more guns, I think.
Yeah, focus on Dark Time. There he goes.
Ooh.
And we see tiebreaker. This is what we want to see. Both teams here fighting for who gets a second chance. They both want to play again. It's not over yet. This top 4. But someone will have to leave.
Is it
we'll
going
find
to
that out next.
Is it once again the top placing team professionals tournament going out on the first day, or is it going to be Ganteli?
This would be the second Blitz Cup in a row.
Yeah,
for
second
the
Blitz.
CIS to happen.
Yeah, second Blitz Cup in a
Skilloid's
row.
damage, by the way. Holy!
more than 5,000, but I have to say, Gucci Gang team, I think their focus fire, it's sophisticated, but ganteli was able to chip away enough hit points away from Gucci Gang team, despite Gucci Gang team really trying to get their focus to perfection. And this is the importance of having more hit points at the start.
Now, Jack,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this map for a multitude of reasons. What's as a tournament map, not randoms, tournament. What do you think of Winter Mali as the decider between these two?
I don't have a lot of opinions on that. Basically, like both spawns. I don't think any spawn.
I don't want
would-
you to compare the spawns, Jack. I want you to give me an opinion of what you think this map, how well it's able to show this tiebreaker.
I think pretty well, especially the rotations. I think it really
Yes.
boils down to rotations.
Yes, that's what I want to hear. This map is all about map control, all about rotations, getting those angles, those cross shots, and the B cap.
The B cap can be a poisonous chalice though, because getting out of B could be difficult, and we saw a lot of teams punishing whoever caps B first and tries to get out of it. So we never know about this one. And here we go, Zombie going for triple 60 TP, double I7 at E100, and in Vegas Light Gucci Gang team we see triple 60 TP, double I7 50M, and also an M60 I believe.
Did you have to think about the alphabetical letter there, Jack?
There we go. Yeah, because I confused 50B with 50M.
Anyway, it is time. The final match on the first day of the CIS Blitz Cup.
Yeah,
Gonna be amazing. It already
Yeah.
has been, to be fair.
yeah. We saw lots of thrilling,
Amarax.
exhilarating 7 Amarax, obviously. We don't want to see an 8th one tonight. But anyway, we digress. Red team, ganteli going for C, also for Gucci Gang team.
Oh,
Make sure
look
to
at
tune
that
that.
blind shot as well!
Yeah.
He hit the Amarak too, that's a repair kit gone. And since the 60 TPs use the 2 consumables, he doesn't have a repair kit for the next minute and a half.
Ganteli missing all of their shots, and Yevka lost at Markside going into the windmill unscathed. That can be very important here, and can Gucci Gang team keep up the pressure?
What do you think about this E50 here, completely on the outskirts, catching 44 as well, getting some shots in here, and he's gonna be a big problem to ganteli.
Yeah, now we are seeing Crocodile Cabanche looking for incoming potentially. A 1v1, but I think most of the action is happening around the corner with Pasha trying to cap C. Hip was still in favor of Gucci Gang team, but we could see a push from Gucci Gang team trying to get Dark Exclusive out of the way because he has low hit points. And here we go, Caporal.
Are they able to
Ow,
pick him up?
big
There's
shot.
another bounce coming. There he goes. The I7 for Gucci Gang is low. Can they pick him up? They can indeed. But the hit points are 4,000 difference here. That is quite a huge amount actually.
Revenue is now being killed near me, looking for Pasha. No, trophies, I assume. Because Skill is able to kill off Pasha, trophies is being killed. Right? This is even better focus fire from Gucci Gang team, the sophisticated focus fire.
This is absolutely phenomenal. Like you said, focus fire here. Very decisive. They want to win this. They don't want to
Yeah.
leave yet. And you could feel that in this
Yeah.
game.
I mean, the focus
And
fire
look at the
damage.
GGs. That is just
Yeah,
so
GG,
nice.
great job.
sportsman. GG.
Yeah, GG's with
That
both.
deserves a clap.
I mean, when I say about sophisticated focus fire, it's not as simple as, focus that particular tank. They kind of, divide their tanks into taking a little bit different tanks, but still, are not considered to be not focusing fire. This is kind of the beauty we're seeing here for Gucci Gang team. Their focus fire, also their target priority is amazing in this match. I think this is the Gucci Gang team we all know and love.
Yeah, and that just showed why they were first.
Yeah.
What an amazing performance.
Yep.
A bit unfortunate. I'd have liked if Ganteli was able to put up more of a fight in the end there. But I think playing 2 tiebreakers back to back, like you said, is just really, really draining you. Not just on a physical level, but mentally. You are under, like Amina said, constant concentration that is on another level. You don't want to make mistakes. And they've had to play 2 tiebreakers back to back.
Yeah,
On
it's like
a lot of stakes as well.
It's like Ganteli is on it's under exam conditions. 2 hours of full concentration. Like the Gucci Gang team and also 7 Star is the exam paper. You know, the questions on the exam paper, they need to answer them with lots of caution and with a lot of intellect. Ganteli, credits to them. I mean, they showed extraordinary resilience here, but let's be honest. They are humans. They are humans. They are not zombies. It's very draining, as you said, and I mean, they have come so far, and for them to go out on the very first day, I do think they don't really deserve that. But we know 4 teams, 1 team has to go out, and sadly, it has to be Ganteli.
I mean, all of these teams, to be honest, deserve to go to the second day. I think Ganteli has probably fought the hardest out of all 4 teams here. They've had an amazing run. They've brought 7 Star, who are absolute veterans, to sweats in a tiebreaker. And they brought the first place of the round-up to the Blitz Cup to also a tiebreaker. I think they can take a lot away from this game. Massive congratulations, and I think if they keep on playing as this team, as this core clan, I think they could be very big within the next 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, as we always say, they have players from Mercy, previously from Mercy, so obviously they know. Obviously they have a lot of experience, a lot of willpower. I really wish them all the best for next year. I think next year is going to be big for them, as well as a lot of the clans on the CIS server. And huge congratulations to Pink, especially. I think I've been told their best placing, their best position in the season was 3rd last year in summer season, and for them to be going on a bit of on the low in the last few seasons.
They're on a high run right now.
They are now on a high. I would really love to see them going far as much as they could. I don't think they have anything to lose. Like, they have exceeded their expectations. I think,
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not just chatting out of my ass, but I actually did get goosebumps from these games because I still have them right now. I just want to mention that because, man, that was fantastic. I've commentated on Blitz Cup last year for the Russian server, and with Fujit, absolutely loved it. And doing it again this year, this time with Xijang. Not as good. I'm just joking. Again, amazing matches, amazing teams. I like that we got different teams as well, because sometimes we run into the issue of repeating clans over and over again. So seeing new faces, familiar players, obviously, is always a nice treat, and it's been amazing. We still have tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, all 4 servers have seen some new faces in the autumn season. I mean, Asia server, RN only managed to get into the top 4 stage this year once during the spring season, where they came 4th. CIS server, we have PinkTeam. NA server, we have Purple, which I believe they haven't qualified to a top 4 stage once. So correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, and if any NA guys are watching my stream right now, can you just confirm that Purple qualified to the top 4 for the very first time this year in a season? And then you have the EU server, Jones. They got 3rd place in the summer season, and they only formed the clan before summer, yeah, and now they're in the top 4 once again. It's a huge achievement. I mean, those clans, those underdogs. Yeah, I mean, all in all 4 servers this year has seen some surprising stuff and some new clans coming through.
Exactly, and I think with that, we've chatted enough. Our two lovely analysts should be caught up now.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
The first thing I want to get back to is the ammo racks. Because the 60 TP is notorious for getting ammo racked. It's kind of like the old IS-7. The IS-7 is also notorious for getting ammo racked.
Just like the E5.
Yeah, but exactly. That's the kind of thing. If you take the tank, you take that weakness with you. So the chances of getting ammo racked are just higher, especially since these players will know where to aim.
Especially
So-
since there's 4 of them
Well,
in a
yes,
team sometimes.
it's sucky RNG. It is the risk of taking this tank in this tournament. It is one of the reasons why the IS-7 wasn't really competitive until it got its recent buff. And the IS-4 was preferred for a very long time. And the ammo rack factor was a part of that preference for the IS-4 over the IS-7. And it's the same now with the 60 DP. It is, whether it's something that Wargaming actually needs to buff or not is a different matter. The tank is as is right now. That does make it a drivable ammo rack. And that does mean that it will get ammo racked, even in high level tournaments. And in my opinion, that level of RNG should never be edited out, because it's part of the weaknesses of the tank.
I think as well, just adding on to that, since it has a special consumable and people also play Adrenaline, just like the E5 with its reactive armor and speed boost, you also take an even bigger risk in just using one repair kit, which is the multi-purpose.
Exactly.
So not only are you on risk for absolute inner destruction, let's say you're getting tracked and you maybe just out of a reflex repair. If you burn, you're dead. If you lose your commander, gunner, God forbid your driver, you're incapacitated. You can't do much. Or if you lose your engine, whatever. If you get tracked again. Or, well, God forbid you lose your ammo rack. What are you going to do? You have one repair kit. And that is
Exactly.
one glaring thing I kept mentioning about the E5, because people only played it with one repair kit, and the same thing's happening again
Yeah.
with the 60.
So just take that into account. Like, yes, of course it sucks when you get ammo racked in a tournament match, but that's because people know how to aim, they know where it is, and in this case, you're taking that risk willingly. It's the same with, like, of course I can't remember, some of the German tanks, they're more prone to engine fires. So of course, if you take those tanks and you get set on fire, it's not right to complain, oh, I got set on fire. No, that's part of the weaknesses of the tank that you drive.
Yeah, the top tier Russians and Chinese have the same fire
Yeah.
issues.
But yeah, aside from that, very fun games. a little bit more victory prone to RNG because of all the ammo racks, because
7.
they do make a big difference. And even though they should be there, like not all of them, of course, I'm not saying that ammo rack everyone, it's not like that. But like I said, it's part of the tank. The games were fun. They are a little bit more RNG prone because of all the ammo racks. It was still very brawly, very aggressive. But this was the Gucci gang that we've seen in previous years. And that was nice to see, because the Gucci gang we saw earlier today was just not the Gucci gang we know and love.
I think it's as well, most of these ammo racks, I dare say, weren't too decisive. Other than probably the full HP on Trollface. I think that was
Yeah.
the biggest, like, oh shit, because it instantly happened. Start of the
Yeah.
game. The rest of them were more when it's already, you can already see who's more in a winning position. For example, that Black Goldville one, where I don't remember who it was, got full HP ammo racked when he was driving down to B, because Gucci Gang was already in a really good position in general. So these ammo racks, even if they do feel shitty, to just put it out that way, they're not game deciding, or they weren't today.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Fujit, get it out of the system. What do you want to say?
Yeah, a couple of things really. Before I get into it, congratulations to Gucci Gang. I mean, I did say that we may see a different type of team, and we did. Commiserations to Zombie. And the reason I say that is because none of us like seeing any team go out, but we always have to lose a team. and Zombie played their hearts out against 7-star.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I'm sorry, Jack, I have to disagree with you. When you said that, GG didn't really deserve it, they did. I'm sorry, they did.
I don't think I said GG didn't deserve it.
No, you did. You did, I'm afraid.
Right.
Let Future talk.
You did, and they outplayed Zombie massively on that tiebreaker on Winter Malinovka.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it was. I said that both of these teams would throw everybody's kitchen sink at this game, and both teams did. It was swings, it was roundabouts. Both teams were really up for it. But that last game on Winter Malinovka, as Amunet said, this is more of the G game that we saw previously. They penalised Zombie for their quite aggressive moves, to be honest with you, on Winter Malinovka. Nobody deserves to go out. And, all 4 teams have played fantastically tonight. But we have to lose one, unfortunately. And tomorrow we will lose another one. And we can, tomorrow we could sit there and say, well, if G Game bring what they brought today against Pink or against 7-star, then they are going to struggle. I'm not going to lie. They are going to struggle. But like everything in these tournaments, it's all swings and roundabouts. It's who really has got the hunger for the day. And in this game, I would say that G Game brought their A game today in this final matchup. And Zombie, it could have gone either way, but just that last tiebreaker. I mean, just compare it to the 7-star Zombie tiebreaker. It wasn't as one-sided. That really could have gone either way. This tiebreaker, it was always going to... GG just dominated it from the start, to be fair.
Yeah.
To be fair. Aside from that, Amunet stole my thunder because people were saying in the chat, "Oh, I missed the E5 meta." What's there to miss? Oh, the 60 TP is easier. It's just as easy to hammer rack the E5.
Easier, actually. You
Easy,
just don't have you just don't have all the dead drivers.
Yeah.
exactly. But Amunet already covered that. So, but I agree with her. I totally agree with her. I've seen a lot of people saying Amarak should be removed in tournaments, and I don't agree with that for exactly the same reasons that Amunet has argued, that it is part of the vulnerability of that particular tank.
I remember that the very first high-level tournament match I ever played was on Falls Creek. I was back in Phoenix, and I was in an IS-7, and I got ammo racked without getting any shot in. So yeah, it is part of it.
It is. I mean, but we've seen some fantastic stuff tonight, and this is the thing. I mean, I have to go back to it again. It's a damn shame losing teams at this level because they're all fantastic. The gameplay, you're right. It's been very brawly. It's been very bitty. It's not been the sort of the ebb and the flow that we have seen previously with the RU server. But what we have seen is every single team throwing everything they can at it. And that's what you can ever ask for.
Yeah.
Exactly. I am looking forward to tomorrow. I do expect, like I expected for today as well, very aggressive and brawly games. I think 7-star will be, well, not the dark horse, not the right term, but sort of like the dark horse there, because they tend to play more tactical, more supremacy, so to speak.
You know what I'm just thinking right now? Fuck, we still have tomorrow. Because these could have been last day games, to be fair. Maybe not all of them, obviously, but the hype was there for it to be a last day game.
And you think this is long? Tomorrow will be at least an hour longer.
That too.
It also starts an hour earlier, but yeah.
Yeah. So for tomorrow we have PinkTeam versus 7-star, and I'm very sure I didn't say Gucci Guarantee. Like, I think you just misheard it. I'm pretty sure I said Gucci Guarantee. I'm pretty sure I said Gucci Guarantee instead of
No,
Gucci
to be fair, everybody is saying Gucci Gang team. It's just being misheard as Gucci guarantee. It's not. It's Gucci Gang. Yeah, we are saying Gucci Gang. To be honest.
Yeah, to
That's
be
something
honest.
weird because people are getting confused about us calling zombie Gentili, but
Yeah.
everyone expects us to say Gucci Gang.
I mean,
team.
it's in their team name as well. You can see
Oh,
it right there.
no.
It says
Oh.
Gentili.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
like
It also
it
says
says
it
the
at the
tag.
top.
We're saying Gucci
yeah.
Gang team rather than
1L.
exactly.
I mean, Jack did actually say 1L twice, and I was like, "What are you doing, Jack?"
Yeah. To be fair, people were getting confused with the Gentelli part because if you go back to the 7-star team, quite a few of their players are called Gentelli.
Yeah. Ganteli.
That's why.
that's
why they
not
were
our
getting
fault.
confused. That's why people get confused and say, "Are they talking about a team or are they talking about a player?"
I
That's what the
mean,
confusion was.
we also have to remember that we are so used to calling teams by clan tags on APAC, EU, and any server.
I mean,
But we
that's
see-
generally because their team name is their clan tag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most of the time.
But then
yes.
Loka doesn't do that.
Yeah, but I mean, also Endgame, they like their team name being Halo.
yeah, but that's the weird thing. We do call Endgame rather than Halo.
Yeah.
I remember,
but-
I remember last year when the cup was showing and it said Halo.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
To be fair,
But
I do feel that wargaming should go for clan tags rather than team
should.
names.
yeah.
Even
But-
if only because of all the troll names that are out there.
But also the CIS server players are more used to the team names rather than the clan tags. So that's kind of the main difference we have.
That's a
here.
cultural difference. Let's call it that.
Yeah, it's a difference that's I don't know how to put it better, but it's kind of an inherent difference. And also, you might be wondering the pronunciation of the some of the player names here. I mean, Russian is quite interesting. They use the Cyrillic alphabet, and there are two versions of romanizing the Cyrillic alphabet. Some people use the Russian chat alphabet, which is to kind of convert the Cyrillic alphabet to something that is close to English alphabet. But some just use transliteration, which means the pronunciation of that name in Russian is converted to the pronunciation of that name as it was in English. So it can be quite confusing, and that is sometimes why we have to ask certain people on how to pronounce their names, because we've seen a mix of both. Like, we've seen names that are derived from chat alphabets, some derived from transliteration, so it can be quite confusing.
Yeah, but you
Man,
have
I
to
want to say who asked so bad right now.
but you have to remember that regardless of what server you are on, when you type in your in-game name, you can only type it in Romanized English.
Yep.
It won't
Yeah.
allow you to do it in Cyrillic or any other language. It's only in English, which is why those of you who are watching Every Good Name is Taken stream, that's why his ING for the RU server is about that way, because they can't do it in Cyrillic.
Martin, there's no keys. Go to Jack's stream. I don't have any.
I don't as well, so don't ask me. Ask Wargaming.
To put you in the picture, guys, there's still another 15 minutes to run before those of you out there, the rewards counter will cut off.
Oh, did you have to say that, Fujit? Did you have to
Yes.
say the number 15 minutes?
Yeah,
Oh.
so in 15 minutes, there's
No,
only
he's
15
did it
minutes
again.
to go.
Don't say it again. Stop this, man. I can't take this.
It will stop. It will stop. Regardless of what if the streamer
I'm
carries on, it doesn't matter because it will just stop. Simple. And it's 14 minutes now.
God damn you, Fujit. I'll get my revenge for you for that one.
Just because we have that time, getting back to what we've seen today and what we can expect to see tomorrow.
Oh, I have no clue what we can expect. Other than even better games.
Well, I tell you, if 7-star come in tomorrow with a similar attitude to today, I think they've got a good opportunity.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yep.
That's not to say they're guaranteed it. It's not to say that they're going to be the favourites. They've got a good opportunity. And it's for the other teams, which is Gucci Gang and Pink, to step up and bring their A game tomorrow. Not that they didn't bring it today, but they really need to bring it tomorrow.
Right. So someone asked me on chat, what team is a North American team? None of the teams you're seeing here are from the North American server.
They're just gonna import some players.
To be fair, Jack, I did point out to because somebody else asked where are these teams from, and I did point out the name of the stream is Blitz Cup CIS.
Yeah.
Damn, that's smart.
All the teams are from RU.
Yeah.
No
Russian
way.
area. If you're wondering about the NA teams, from my stream you're seeing Jokers, Primo, Purple, and Rain. You will be seeing these teams playing next week, not tomorrow or tonight.
Yeah.
So if you want to follow them, check in next week.
We're gonna have a new face next week as well.
Oh yes, 34 isn't it? Or is it not?
Yeah.
34. Yeah.
Yep.
But that's next week. This week is all about RUCIS, guys. It's all about
this week is
RUCIS.
Good.
Oh my gosh, someone asked me on the chat, how do you get rewards?
How about you do it a seventh time, Fujit? Let him know. Let it rip.
To be fair, there's only 12 minutes to go. If you're asking this now, you're really out of luck, guys, because you need 30 minutes to get just one of the reward, just part of the reward. So if you're asking this now, you're really out of time.
This is a personal request. I want to hear it one last time. Whispered into my ears. And he's lagging.
No, I've already said it times. You're out of time. If you've been watching and you've not heard me say it for the last 6 times, then I can't do anything about that, guys. I really can't do anything about that.
You know, Jack, because there was a guy in my chat who was like, how do we get rewards? Why has no one told me how to get rewards?
Bridget, take it away.
No, I've already said it 6 times. There's only 12 minutes to go. There's no point saying it at 7. And
Someone just described it perfectly. The good old days. Where are my keys, Wargaming?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's good to make it 7? You know, we have 7 arrow racks, so we need 7 repeats of the same thing.
And also 7-star.
Yeah.
But it's still too late. What I would
You're
say
letting us down,
is,
Fujit.
what I would say is, guys, don't forget, this is only realistically the second time that Wargaming have streamed this server with English
in
commentary.
English.
Yes, that is.
Both time it was
but
me!
That's the pro side of needing to do things online only. Because it isn't just that. I have found that NA is getting attention. You didn't used to be
Asia also.
streamed at all. Asia as well. Like on the official channel, we've streamed it. But until last year, they just weren't streamed on the official channel.
I mean, to be honest, like I think this year all servers have been covered in the most important stages in the seasons. Like every server, the top 4 stages, they are all covered by all the streamers. So it's already a big change.
We also had quite a lot of new streamers this year.
I think Noob Eater is one of them that I could...
Nubita, Robert 34.
Yeah,
A lot of R's in their name.
yeah, and who else? 34.
Juicy tried.
Yeah. Yep, Juicy tried, and
But
who
Juicy
else?
found that he enjoyed playing more than streaming.
Yeah.
And
I'm not surprised by that, if I'm honest.
We potentially could have also, Exit and also Falcon Dude, who stream a bit of tournaments, or albeit not the official ones.
Jack,
So-
tournament players, just because you play them doesn't mean you can commentate.
I know, but they commentated some matches.
Try to force a lot of people into commentating. You know? One of my
Yeah, it's
clan
good.
members is getting terrified of just seeing a message from you.
Yeah.
You know who I mean?
Hab, commentate.
The slander, I can't take it.
I mean, go back to that. I mean, all these Blitz Cups are now being streamed in both. You know, it's being streamed in English and in Russian, so there is getting a lot more exposure.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot more exposure in that respect.
Right.
Look, Fujit, your lies were just told. It's only 9 minutes.
But it is now. It's 8 minutes now, in fact.
Oh dear lord.
So we have another liar.
So 3 minutes by the time they hear this.
Absolutely.
And then
See?
we're gonna have another 2 liars. Look at that.
It's always the way.
Man,
But
times.
tomorrow should be fun. Tomorrow should be interesting. It should be
Should.
full on, I think. I think it should be full on.
Yeah. 7-star, their outside of the box strategies versus Pink being extremely decisive versus Gucci Gang team with their focus squad potentially. I don't know. It's like, but all of these 3 teams have their faults.
Gucci Gang really is gonna be a hit or miss tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
Depends on how well they're able to start off with. Because we noticed this, or at least I did. Pink was really good at the beginning, and were able to more or less keep that. Whilst against Zombie, I forgot their name just now, they were able to have a solid performance from the start, so they were able to get into it better. And I think that's really going to decide their pacing. So that's what we're going to have to look out for, I think.
That might be a bit like ID as well, because ID generally didn't perform particularly well the first game. They always needed at least one game to get into it. And it might be the same with Gucci Gang. Like now, well, the pressure is on, of course, but like with the start of today, you're walking into it blind, so to speak. And now they've got this in their fingers.
Yeah, but you also have to know that they only have 1 life left coming into tomorrow. So
That is
also-
true.
Yeah, that's also added pressure for them.
That's their lifeline.
It is, but don't forget, they're not going out first.
Yeah.
And they get to see what the other teams are doing. And they get to see how the other teams are playing. And they get to take, important intelligence from that. And I know we've had this conversation before. It's a very dangerous tactic, and I'm pretty sure they didn't play for this tactic. But sometimes, just sometimes, some teams may sit there thinking, "Wow, it's an easier route that way."
You mean R2K?
Yeah, there is that. They do spring to mind, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, they did that purposely.
Exactly. And some, you can never discount that. I'm not saying that that's what G Game did today, but you can never discount it.
On the other side, on the happier side, Pink team got their clan logo, and
Yay!
also 1L. I don't know if 1L is going to use the Gucci Gang team logo, or are they going to use their own clan logo for 1L. I don't know, but Pink team definitely.
You know what I noticed, by the way?
Yeah.
In the game of 7-star and... Fuck, what was the team name again? I forgot.
Ganteli, no?
Thank you, yes. We had the clan logos, but 2 people used the original version. And I believe it's their callers, respectively, so that's a nice nod.
Oh.
I found that to be really cool, actually. Because I know Oof Punjaj had the original 7-star one. And I don't know who it was from Ganteli, who also used the first, who used the Mercy avatar, back when it was called Mercy.
Yeah.
More importantly, will of Punjaj tomorrow take a Death Star? That's the thing.
I mean, if it goes to him, he would want to every game.
But I can see them do it. That's the thing. If you are playing as aggressively as that, you can get away with it.
Exactly. I mean,
all you need to do is trade, realistically.
It's not
but
like
who wants to trade with a Death Star?
But it's not like he's a fantastic lights player.
Nah.
My sarcasm sense is tingling.
Unbelievable. Well, I must admit, all seriously, can you remember the last time at such a high level tournament a Death Star was actually taken?
Long,
I mean,
long
raid.
time ago.
Raid.
Very long time ago.
Exactly, a long time ago.
Blitz Cub endgame fulfilled my wish of using the powerhouse, which was Orca. I will never forget.
Well, there you go. But
Yeah,
it's
but
been a long.
I still remember raid the Death Star on Yamato Harbor against against Ace Ventura, I believe.
Good thing
It
I
was
don't
iconic.
remember that, so you can just tell me about it.
I think it was Ace Ventura actually.
Yeah.
I think it was them. Yeah, but that's going back a long time.
Yeah,
for
2018.
that. Exactly.
That is before my time.
Yeah. So we haven't seen a Death Star at this level for 3 years. I mean, that is some ballsy move by Up and Josh there.
The thing is that's just the thing. Ballsy moves work.
Yeah,
Kind
exactly.
of like no guts, no glory.
The thing is, it also is a fear factor, because who wants to drive out in front of that gun?
No.
Well,
You can just keep a flank quiet with just that tank alone, if they know you're there, of course.
But they also need to. But they
And
also
you're
need,
just an assassin with a nuke in your hand, basically.
yeah. But they also have to remember Death Star is really not accurate as a TD. So there's that.
That's true.
Also, just
Unless, of
watching
course-
that typical
unless
horror
it-
game on your
Yeah.
stream right now, Peter. That is insane.
What? The game?
Super
Yeah, I know.
horror game.
That was pretty nice.
Insane.
That's why I
It's one
said
of those games like I'm looking at it and like, how on earth?
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry.
Wow. Awesome stuff.
But yeah, with the delay, we're done for today.
We are with the delay.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
correct.
I'm a
I'm
poet.
alive.
Oh, also, if you haven't done it already, chants, make sure to do your chants in the official server. Support your team. We love to see more chants. I mean, you might have your chants being shown
Jack,
tomorrow on the official
If
stream.
if all you want to do is just have people see your haiku, then stop.
Yeah, they need to show my haiku for Gucci Gang team.
I'm gonna bribe Tony so that they don't show it.
Oh.
Duh. Nah, I bet they'll show it actually.
I hope.
But yeah,
Yes.
I think that's it for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is. It is, yes.
So, tomorrow the start time of the stream is going to be an hour early. If I think I'm.
Yes. 4 p.m. CET.
Yeah.
It will probably start a little bit earlier, but at 4 p.m. that's when the timer starts. So that's when you need to tune in if you want rewards.
Check my stream chat. Check what someone just said in my stream chat. Can't believe it. It's not tomorrow yet.
They
There's
can't
no
wait. They can't
giveaways
wait.
happening like on the stream either.
That's the thing.
Brilliant. Yeah. I like your
Aw.
optimism, though. Your
Yes.
optimism is good, Brad. Well done.
If it's fitting, though, is another question. By the way, I want to know, since it's the first time I've streamed on YouTube with this camera angle. Opinions, please. Thank you very much.
It looks
As
a
for
bit
my
weird because the microphone covers half your face. Angle
Yeah, I
wise,
can't
it's
really-
fine, but it's mainly like the positioning doesn't quite work right just yet.
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out yet. That comes with time, I think.
Right.
The thing
As
is, I
for
could have
my-
also just placed my webcam in front of me.
Mhm.
But the thing is, then my full wardrobe is visible, and that's not clean.
Actually, angle wise, also with the lighting, I quite like it. It's just basically the microphone position that should pretty much be on your other side or something.
Yeah, I need to figure that out.
As for my stream, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Thanks for joining in, and thanks for showing your support to your teams. And
Yes.
yeah, thank you for my moderators for keeping the chats in.
Pay to win system game.
Yeah.
Special win,
In
a
chat.
special thank you to Mutsu for
Yeah.
staying sane through all of this.
I think
Not-
that my
yeah.
moderators just ditched halfway through.
Right. Yeah. So very thankful to the moderators. You should reward yourself with something really good tonight, and tomorrow we will all be focused on just one single official stream on the Wargaming channel. So for now, thank you all for watching, and I think this is probably the last stream.
Thank you, Jack, for doing the outro for me.
Yeah, for November, I believe. Peter has one more for
Yes, I like the rain avatar. There's my answer.
yeah, Peter has one more for the NA server that is next week. So go
No,
check.
34 commentates.
Oh,
I
thought.
swapped with him so that he can
on
commentate.
Thursday he does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I led
But
it
yeah.
to him because that's what we expected him to commentate.
Thank
yeah,
you
yeah,
all
yeah.
for watching.
Absolutely.